What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to tonight's Watch Along. The Reds taking on Newcastle in another game that, if we win it, will take us a step closer to Premier League title or league title number 20. As always, we're going to give you the team news when it comes out in about 15 minutes. Until then, we thought we'd start early because we need to discuss the situation with our manager not being on the sidelines today. So, I'm sure you've seen it, but in case you haven't, the ban did come in today, so Sipka Hulshoff and Arne will not be available for tonight's game and for the game against Southampton coming up in March in the league. Arne has also been given a £70,000 fine. Sipka Hulshoff, I believe, a £7,000 fine. So yes, let's get stuck into it. We believe Diogo Jota starts tonight, by the way. That's a little bit of leaking news coming in. Now look, we'll wait for it to be confirmed, but we do believe that Diogo will be starting tonight. Whether Cody Gakpo starts on the left or Diaz, that remains to be seen. Yeah, £70,000 is hefty. Connor just put that into the chat. It really is. It's one of the higher manager fines I've seen as well, which I'd love to know what he said. I really would love to know what he said. So look, ladies and gentlemen, loads to get through tonight, and as always, it being a match day, we are proudly brought to you with thanks to our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. Don't forget you can check out the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra as seen on screen, or you can also check out the Beard and Balls bundle, which includes the Beard Hedger Pro Kit and the Lawnmower 5.0. But either way, you can get yourself 20% off and free shipping on anything at manscaped.com with the code Anfield20. Use that at checkout, that's Anfield20, or scan the QR code. Right. How are we feeling? Are we a bit nervy tonight? Obviously, we know no Arne Slot on the sideline, but I'm sure, to the best of my understanding, it's a 2-hour ban before kickoff for Arne being at the sideline. So we'll see what happens with regards to team selections and stuff, of course, when that comes out in a few minutes. Do you think Andy Robertson will start? I'd be surprised if he didn't, to be honest, yeah. Now, there's lots of news stuff as well we'll go through over the next hour. There's been some indications to confirm that it will be Robbo that will stay at Liverpool in the summer and Costas more likely to move on. We'll talk about that in a while as well. Liz, how are you, my friend? Our first super chat of the match day, and of course it's from our friend in Florida, Liz. How are you? Liz is the mammy of Anfield Agenda here. Happy match day. Love you, crazy feckers, WFM. Right back at you, Liz. Love to you, Ian, and the family. JM96, thank you for becoming a member of Anfield Agenda Ultras, my friend. Really appreciate your support. I've got my setup a little bit different today for the game, so I can look a little bit more straight towards camera when I'm doing the commentary of the game, because that's what I'm going to try and focus on during the match tonight, is giving you guys some comms to keep you up to date in case you can't watch it. So don't think I'm ignoring the chat or anything like that during the game. I'm just going to try and stick to comms where possible. Right. So, proper shaft at us making the decision right before the game. I know, because it should have been done before 5 o'clock yesterday. But you're right, it does feel like we were shafted a little bit extra. But it is what it is. We knew the manager had accepted the charges, so it was always going to be a case of which two games. And it is tonight. And then it was, of course, coming up against Southampton. Craig, just watched the podcast where Lee Gunner was asked about Mamardashvili and said he didn't fancy him. I don't, with all due respect to my mate Lee, I don't care what anybody else thinks about our goalkeeper. You know, I don't give a shite what anyone thinks about him, you know. The only opinion I need to worry about is my own when we see him. And we haven't had a chance to see him yet, so, you know, other people's opinions don't really mean. And to me, in all honesty, I don't mean to be disrespectful to you or, of course, to Lee, but I don't need other people to tell me what I'm looking at. But you are right, Lee does watch a lot of La Liga, but it's not a comparable thing for me. You know, you're watching Georgie Mamardashvili with a very poor Valencia side versus coming into the Premier League title winner. So, you know, I am nervous about it though. You know, I won't lie. I am intrigued to see what way the goalkeeping situation develops. Mike, how are you, bro? Oh, when the Reds go marching in. Oh, when the Reds go marching in. Oh, lads, how are we? We wanted to come on early tonight because we knew people would want to talk about Arne and Sipka's ban, so we thought we'd come on a little bit early. Alexi Collins said, we love you in Dublin, Liverpool. Two cities, of course, Alexi, that are very close to my heart. I'm a Dub, born and raised, don't live there anymore, but of course Liverpool and Dublin are the same thing, pretty much, in my eyes. Same type of people, same senses of humour, same great cities. Craig Having a pint in the 12th man, buzzing in here, freezing outside though. Enjoy it. It's a great boozer, by the way, 12th man. That would normally be the ones I would have went into when I went over to a games. I always go into the 12th man and then try and squeeze my way all the way back through, past the toilets to the very back. And there's usually a spot right there at the very back with a bit less crowd. So yeah, enjoy it. Have a great time. And yeah, I'd say it is fucking freezing. To be honest with you, I get where you're coming from on the cold. Eddie, my man, how are we? I don't want Isak. We've already got one injury-prone striker. Look, I don't know what happens in the summer around Isak, Eddie, but I wouldn't say no, man. I can't lie. I get where you're coming from about the injuries, but I wouldn't say no if he came through the door. I'd also be happy with a few of the other choices, but one thing that's been doing the rounds today, Eddie, and I'm going to go through it now in a second, is there's been lots of talk about the Reds having money to spend. So let's wait and see what happens. Right, let's go through some of the news, actually, while I'm on early. Let's go through some of the news from today. So which ones are it? Right, let's talk about Andy Robertson and Costas. So this piece from Craig Evans said, Andy Robertson is in no rush to leave. A short-term extension is plausible for Robbo. Finding a buyer for Costas is more likely than moving on Robbo. I've been saying that to everybody for a while. That is my understanding of it as well. Darwin Núñez now expected to leave in the summer, close to joining Al Nassr in January. New proposals will be assessed to leave from Fabrizio Romano. Arne Slot also has a major say in who he wants in his squad, although as head coach he's not, as deeply involved as former manager Jurgen Klopp. Greg Evans, also speaking about Ibrahima Konate, said the situation around Ibrahima Konate is not up for debate. Top clubs across Europe continue to keep a close eye on any developments, but Liverpool insist that the French centre-back is part of their long-term plans, as he should be. Since replacing FSG president Mike Gordon, again, full credit to Greg Evans here, Edwards has been looking into multi-club model opportunities and only gets involved in major financial decisions. When the club generate money, it's up to Hughes and Edwards to decide how it's reinvested. That last line is interesting to me. When the club generates money, it's up to Edwards and Hughes to decide how it's reinvested. Not the owners make money available, it's when they generate money. I don't like that line personally. Paul Joyce said Arne Slot will serve his 2-match touchline ban beginning tonight versus Newcastle as punishment for confronting match officials following the Everton game. Also fined £70,000. Assistant Sipka Hulshoff is also banned for 2 matches and fined £7,000. Everton and Liverpool fined £65,000 and £50 respectively for failing to control their players. So Mohamed Salah had an interview with Football Ball on TNT. Football on TNT even. Not Football Ball on TNT, Craig. Football on TNT. Imagine not being able to read. I know, it's embarrassing, but, I am an idiot. I want fans to remember that I gave it all. I gave it to the city. I was here. I wasn't lazy. I just enjoyed my football and gave it all. I think that's what the city is about. They give you love and you have a connection with them because you give your all. I just want them to remember that I was here for 8 years and I gave it all. Once again, that's a good bit of shithousery there from Mo. Kind of, talking about potential leaving, but without saying it. Again, just trying to put the pressure on the manager to make sure that he gets that contract. And, of course, Hughes and Edwards as well. Right, folks, what else have we got in the chat? Let's have a look. What's your prediction? I need to see the team before I can go for a prediction. Team news is going to be out in about 5 minutes. So once I get that, I'll give you a better prediction. The prediction I went for, though, was 4-2, which would be pretty much the same result from last season's game at Anfield. Do you reckon we're looking at Kluivert? Not to the best of my understanding, but again, that means nothing. It just means I don't know about it. Look, I've no idea. I just want the contract sorted, and then we can talk about transfers. We'll have plenty of time to talk about transfers. Surely Slot does not want to coach players brought in he's not happy with. I would imagine this is it. So, Alan, look, it definitely feels like this is the summer where Arne is going to start putting his stamp on the squad. So let's wait and see what happens there. Right now, tonight's about getting the 3 points against Newcastle and seeing how, Arsenal get on. They're kicking off at 7:30 in their game against Nottingham Forest. So, we'll keep you up to date with the scores on those as well. Isak is overpriced, said Harbans. You know what? I agree. I absolutely agree. It doesn't mean I don't want him, but I agree with you, man. £150 million feels like too much for Isak. If I'm being blunt about it, it just does. So yeah, I don't disagree. But I guess as a fan, if you're asking me would I prefer to have Isak or not, then yes, I would prefer to have Isak. But I do get where you're coming from. It's a very fair comment. Who's in charge of the bench? Johnny Heitinga, who has his own managerial experience, came through, managed young Ajax, then was caretaker manager of the Ajax first team, then of course went on and was a coach with West Ham before coming in to be Arne Slot's assistant here as well. So, you know, Johnny Heitinga knows what he's about. Arne Slot will have communicated all the information needed to the players. They'll have worked on what they need to do. And after tonight, we have a week's break before we next play over in Paris against PSG. So leave it all out there on the pitch tonight. I'm sure the lads have got a couple of days afterwards to rest up on that as well before the trip to Paris. The club are putting all these sorts of stories out about transfer money to soften the blow about the contracts. Look, Alec, I don't know, my man. You know one thing though, Alec. I'm not afraid to call it out. So if what you've said is right and we don't see these sorted out, you know that I'll be here screaming about it, mate. You know that I'll be here calling them out on it. But let's just wait and see what happens. You know, we've had Arne Slot, our manager, come out and say very clearly that he hopes Mo stays and wants him to be here. I just don't feel that FSG will be able to find a way not to get Mo and Virgil sorted, because it would be madness. Especially when it looks like Trent's going to walk out the door for free unless something very dramatic changes. Liz, UK channel TNT Sport, I believe. Let me just check my TV here for you, Liz. Yeah, TNT Sports 1 in the UK is where I'll be watching it anyway. How much do you think Isak is worth? I'd say 100 million sounds fair. Because remember, Newcastle paid, I think, a club record 60 something million pound. And to be fair to Newcastle, you ask the question, have they improved him? Has he improved as a player since he went there? You'd have to say yes. So I don't mind, you know, 100 million. But 150 just seems extortionate, to be honest with you. But he's a Newcastle player, so they have the right to ask what they want. Lewis said, I think the owners will be ran out the door if Mo and Virgil leave. I think so as well. You know, it looks like Trent is, you know, edging towards the exit. But, you know, with the other two, it is very much in the club's hands to sort them out. So, Liverpool are unbeaten in their last 28 Premier League games against Newcastle at Anfield, winning 23 and drawing 5. Cody Gakpo has scored in his last 6 Premier League starts at Anfield as well. Thank you, Mark, for sending that stat on to me. Right, we've got the team now. It's Alisson, Trent, Kanade, Van Dijk, Costas, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Salah, Jota, Diaz. That's the 11. Interesting. So he's gone for Costas over Robbo. Midfield, the strongest three, you would say. Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai. Diaz keeps his spot on the left. So there we go. Confirmed now with the team news. Right, so Liverpool team. Alisson, Van Dijk, Kanade, Diaz, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Salah, Jota, Costas, Gravenberch, Trent. On the bench, Kelleher, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Robbo and Kwanzaa, and that will come up on your screen there in a moment. Connor will be just working away in the background to get that team up. I love Gyökeres. He's the striker I want to get. He's brilliant. He's not though. He isn't brilliant. Like, let's be really frank about this. He's doing it in Portugal, where we've seen players, Darwin, do it before. And other than that, you're talking the Championship. I think that would be too much of a risk, Gyökeres. And you've got the age factor where I think he's, 27 now, Gyökeres? So, and it won't happen. I can promise you 100% you won't be seeing him at Liverpool. Coach Bill said, Craig, you called it. Jota to start. Yep. I made one change in my midfield. I thought maybe he might rest McAllister, so I threw in Jones in there initially. But look, I've no problem with that team. You know, it's who you like at left back, Costas or Robbo. The manager feels tonight it's Costas. So yeah, that is the Liverpool team anyway. Alisson, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Costas, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Salah, Jota, and Diaz. Ooh. Interesting. No Isak in the Newcastle team. Wow. No Isak tonight. So Newcastle's 11 is Pope, Schär, Tonali, Wilson, Gordon, Hall, Livramento, Murphy, Willock, Byrne, and Bruno. On the bench, Ruddy, Dubravka, Trippier, Barnes, Target, Kraft, Longstaff, Miley, and Osula. Wow. No Isak. I'll take that, thank you. That's a Brucey little bonus, that. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. I had no inkling that we wouldn't be seeing Isak tonight. Craig, Newcastle cite a slight groin problem for Isak's absence as per their Twitter. I wonder if they're just trying to make sure he's fully fit and ready to go for the League Cup final. But there you go, no Isak tonight, so, you know, you got to say that that's certainly a positive for us. I can already hear the Arsenal fans now crying. Watch, go on to X or Twitter, and 100% they'll be there going, oh, look, Liverpool, of course, getting all the help. Liverpool, no Isak against them tonight. Arsenal would have had 5 Isaks to play against. And I captained him for my FPL. I had him captain last week. This week I had him as vice captain with Salah as captain. So, yeah, lucky enough in that one. By the way, I hope you guys had a chance to watch the interview that we put up earlier on with Ben Boxak. It was a very interesting chat. A Hungarian journalist, of course, works with Anfield Watch as well. We were speaking about the situation with Kirkes. We spoke about Dominic Szoboszlai and about the Mohamed Salah situation. So if you do get a chance, or maybe you haven't watched it yet, check it out later on at your leisure. What happened to Cody? Nothing happened to Cody. He's on the bench. I expected him to start tonight, to be honest with you, but he isn't. The manager obviously still thinks maybe Gakpo can't play the full 90 yet, or even 60, but he is on the bench, as is Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Robertson, Kwanzaa, Endo, Darwin, and Kelleher. I said Darwin twice there you go. Right, I didn't realise Szoboszlai was that idolised. Yeah, the dummy meal got me, the Happy Meal, or not a Happy Meal, the Dominic Szoboszlai meal at McDonald's, the dummy meal. That's a brilliant name, by the way. Coach Bill said, I enjoyed the interview. I trust him 100%, waiting for the next interview. I'm sure I'll catch up with Ben again soon. It was nice chatting with him. And, you know, I've always kept it. Do you know what was lovely? I was speaking with him before the interview, and I don't want to give away much of his personal stuff, but he's a regular viewer of the channel, as is his family. And it was so lovely to speak with him and hear that before you interview, because you're always a little bit nervy when you're interviewing somebody new and you've not spoken with them. And to be told by him that him and his family watched the show, like, man, it was so lovely. What a nice fella as well. I also write you about Szoboszlai in an email. Mate, I've got, and I'm not joking, more than 50 emails over the last 2 days. It's getting too much for me at this point. I can't keep up with them all. I try to respond to as many people as I can, but it's been crazy over the last few days with everything. So yeah, I hope you understand if I don't get back to one or two of you. It isn't because I'm ignoring you. It's just been a crazy busy time. Ahmad, how are you, my friend? Do you prefer 4-2-3-1 over the 4-3-3? I think we're splitting hairs, really, to be honest with you. And I'm not clever enough, mate, to notice all these small little adjustments in between games as well. It's two sides of the same stone for me. So, yeah, I'm not bothered. Whatever the manager wants to go with, and as long as the players show up, that's all I'm looking for as a fan. Craig, Ben's grandmother even watches the Reds now because of Szoboszlai. I know, wasn't that lovely to hear? It is mad, isn't it? The impact that one player can have on a whole nation, like, and to hear of what a big deal Dominic Szoboszlai is over in Hungary, it just makes you feel really proud as a Liverpool fan as well. So, as I mentioned, we are being brought to you thanks to our friends at Manscaped, but I want to also let you guys know that our live show is now on sale. Went on sale last night and already shifting some tickets, so thank you to everybody there. If you want to come and see us, the Hot Water Comedy Club, for our end of season party on May 28th, you can get your tickets with a link in the description and pinned to the chat at the minute. Myself, Steve Bland, Chris Stonage, Connor and Jack Gill all together for one night to celebrate the Reds hopefully winning the Premier League and who knows what else. So do join us on that one if you can. You're definitely not splitting any hairs. I have nostril hairs, to be fair, you know. Well, I did shave yesterday. I did, actually, funny story, and I'm not even joking. I did break out the old weed whacker yesterday for the nose hairs, you know, give it a little trim. And one thing I will say about Manscaped's products is there's no little twinges or little nosebleeds or anything. The products are top notch, and the weed whacker does exactly what it says in the tin. Oh wow, Chris, what a throwback. Yeah, look, we still keep in touch with all the guys, and I asked them, would you like to come along? We'll have an Anfield Agenda reunion, celebrate it, and they all jumped at it. We also hope that the owner, the guy that's behind 4-4 Tunes, we believe he's going to be there on the night with us as well. Not up on stage for a chat, but will be coming as our guest. Obviously, we're big fans of the folks at 4-4 Tunes, and I extended the invite out to their owner, and I think he's going to come along as well. Is Isak not even on the bench? Nope, he's ruled out with, I think, what is it? A groin injury. Do you know what? Maybe, and I'm just spitballing here, maybe Isak's groin injury is because he didn't have the beard and balls bundle from Manscaped. You know, he could have had an injury shaving the groin area for all I know. But if he had the beard and balls bundle and used our code Anfield Agenda for 20% off, he might be on the pitch tonight. Now, we can never confirm that, but I can't deny it either. Marcel, how are you, bro? Hi, Craig. Liverpool will win and Arsenal will lose. Hope it's not too cheeky to ask, but I've just started a YouTube channel called Football Manager's Insight, analysing Arne Slot's tactics. Could I please give you a shout out? Absolutely. Sounds like a good idea for a channel as well, by the way. So yeah, Football Manager's Insight. Do go and have it a little check out, and thank you, Marcel, as well. Yeah, sounds like a good idea for a channel, my man. Wish you the very best with it, and thank you. And I hope your predictions come true as well. I'd be very happy if we won and Arsenal lost. But there you go. Football Manager's Insight. Do check it out. And thank you, Marcel. If Trent goes, said Harry Klein, and thank you, Harry, I think Dom should be vice-captain. He leads the press, starts the attacks, the magic and his work rate and defensive cover could be standards. I just love that we have a number 8 now, deserving of the jersey after Stevie G as well. So, yeah. I think he's a leader. He's already the Hungarian national team captain, so why not? Mike, thank you, Mike, for being with us as a member for 6 months. At 3-1 Liverpool, Salah, Jota and Dom all to score. Well, I stuck a cheeky little few quid on a Virgil header and a Canade header. I got 16-1 for both of them. So I stuck a tenner on a Virgil header and a tenner on a Canade header. So yeah, best of luck to everybody who has a few bets on tonight. And if you don't have no interest in betting, I hope you have a lovely evening as well. As a Swedish, good news is that Isak isn't in the starting 11. It is. It's good news for us as Liverpool fans that he is in the starting 11, definitely. There you go. There's a sign outside Anfield tonight saying Klavan for president. And I, for one, back that call for Ragnar Klavan for president of whatever. The world. So, here's a question for you, right? Do we think that we're going to see Arsenal drop more points tonight, or do you think that they can go to the City Ground and get the victory? It's a tough task. It is. It's a tough task for them. So, let me know what you think on it. Do you think this will be another one for Arsenal to drop points? And, of course, we've got to take care of our own business. Draw, said Warren. President of the universe, said Liz. Yeah, we'd have my vote, Liz. Smedgets. Or SMG Edits. Maybe even. SMG Edits. There you go, my man. Thank you for your super chat. Appreciate you. What's his name? Man Horndy's going 2-1 Forest. Izan said they'll lose 3-1. Forest 2, Arsenal 1 is Ebad's prediction. I think it's going to be a draw, said Isaiah James. If Liverpool win and Arsenal draw or lose, it's over for sure, said Kyle Agger. Yeah, look, any drop points for Arsenal tonight, and come on, if we win, there's no way they're coming back at that point. Corbin, how are you? Craig, I have a water infection after drinking way too much. City and Arsenal tears. He said some Newcastle tears may help. I heard that that's a very good antidote. Let's hope that antidote works for you. But there you go. Don't drink too many of the Arsenal Manchester City tears, you know, or you'll end up like Corbin there. Zero chance Arsenal win tonight. I can't see it, said Dylan Foster. Azanda said Nottingham Forest 3, Arsenal 1. EP Double said 2-1 to Forest. Craig, any news on Salah, Van Dijk? No new news on the contract situations. None that I could think are worth bringing to your attention anyway. Hey Craig, we say that we need to sign a CDM like Zubamendi, but I still forget we have Stefan Bajcetic. I agree. I said this last night. If Arne came out in the summer and said, look, I'm not signing another midfielder because I want to use Stefan Bajcetic, you won't hear me complaining about it. I just want to make sure that we have the body in there. And if the manager feels that Stefan Bajcetic is the one, no problem for me with that whatsoever. I'll get right behind it. Oh, Ifti Ahmed. I put £500 on us, Craig. I hope you're well, though. I am. I'd never be able to bet like that. Do you know what else? What other bets I can't understand because I'm so impatient. I've got a couple of mates that bet on Liverpool to win the Premier League. And I couldn't wait that long. For a bet to pay out. Imagine putting it on in like August and having to wait till May. That's way too long. Slot is already banned. Yes. He is banned for this game as a Sipka Hulshoff, and he's also banned for the game against Southampton. That's coming up. Am I going to watch the Arsenal first half? No, I'll be in here chatting with you guys. You know, I'm sure you'll keep me up to date, Carl, with what's going on in the Arsenal game. Nope, they didn't appeal it. They accepted the charges, both of them. Arne got a really hefty fine as well, by the way. £70,000 Liverpool head coach was fined. Johnny Heitinger is in charge tonight. Johnny Heitinger. I see Paddy the Baddie. We're getting interviewed there on TNT. God bless him, he looks absolutely freezing. Paddy Primlet there, chatting with Ali McCoist on TNT. He looks absolutely freezing. Fair play to him, though. He's a braver man than me. I'd be shivering like a coward out there if I was that cold. Do 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 do. Have it on in the background. See, I'll forget to turn back on the Liverpool game and miss the start of the game. So now I'm just going to stick to chatting with you guys. Nick, how are you, my man? Cannot wait for tonight. 14 points clear. You'll never walk alone. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll just take a Liverpool win no matter what happens, and then whatever happens in the Arsenal game happens. But yeah, I'll just take a Liverpool win. That's all I want tonight. Whatever happens elsewhere, you know, we can't control, but of course we can control our own future. Are you retiring at the end of the season? Love watching you. Unsure, but probably not is the answer. Yeah, probably not. I think I have maybe 2 years left in me doing this. So, yeah, I don't have any plans to hang up the microphone at the end of this season. Let's wait and see what happens over the next year or two. Does Arne still pick the team? Yes. Arne has access to everything until 2 hours before kickoff. And I think 2 hours after the game as well, if I'm not mistaken. Heavy Metal D said, Forest this season have been a fortress at home. I don't think they've lost at home so far this season, and I doubt a weak Arsenal team can. Well, Arsenal should just go there and play for the win and go all out. Like, just go balls out. They should be playing fearlessly, Arsenal, at this point, because they've really got nothing to lose, because they ain't winning the league, so just go there and have a pop. Connor said, going for a 3-1 Liverpool win. Also love the vid, you Irish legend. Thank you. Keep up the amazing content. Lots of love from Birmingham. Thank you, Connor. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate your support. Thank you. Right, so you know the drill. Keep hitting that like button for me if you haven't done so. We really do appreciate you being here with us. We have an hour, just under an hour till kick-off. The team news is confirmed. You can see it there on your screen. Liverpool lining up with Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Costas at left back, Kanade and Virgil van Dijk are your centre-backs. Midfield of Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister. Then it's Luis Diaz on the left, Diogo Jota to the centre, and Mohamed Salah on the right. The big news for Newcastle is there's no Alexander Isak in the squad. He misses the game with a groin injury. When your contract demands if you're staying for another 2 years. Look, I don't know. You know, if you had asked me this question 2 months ago, I probably would have said I'm more likely to quit at the end of the season and hang it up than not. But hitting 300k, and I don't know, it's just, I said this in my Discord last night, I'm feeling so incredibly fortunate and loved at the minute. Loads of lovely people reaching out with kind things to say, and it's really re-energized me, because there was a month there where I felt really shit about everything, but at the minute I'm alright, so you know, you just keep on chugging along. Do I watch 442 as in the YouTube channel? No, I don't really get a chance to watch much other content, to be fair. I try to tune in occasionally, listen to the odd Anfield Index stuff. I read the articles for Sam Maguire and Bent as well from Anfield Watch and a few other bits and pieces, but I don't really have a lot of spare time, and if I do, I want to be on here chatting with everyone. Right, a couple of super chats. Going for a 3-1 Liverpool win. Also love the vid, Irish legend. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Daniel. And this is the one I was actually looking for. I love the interview with Bent today. My prediction tonight, 3-1 to Liverpool. Goal scored by Jota, Salah and Szoboszlai. Thank you, Daniel, and it was a pleasure chatting with Ben, an absolute gentleman, and I'm sure we'll have a chat with him again in the near future. Marcel, how are you, bro? Football Manager Insider, that's the name, Craig. Football Manager Insider. That's our friend Marcel's new channel, so do check it out. Football Manager Insider. Appreciate you, mate. Nick, how are you, bro? Nick said, been a great season of football. We're winning the league and we could see a club like Bournemouth in Europe. Serie A and La Liga have been great too. Look, it's been a really interesting Premier League campaign. Obviously, from my perspective as a Liverpool fan, my focus has been on the Reds. But you're right to see, you know, Brighton with a new young manager starting to show great form. Bournemouth right up there as well. 5 Champions League places looking probable for the Premier League this season. Yeah, it's been really interesting. You see there's so many few points between, I think, 3rd and 10th. There's only a handful of points between them. So, yeah, loads to play for. Although not the league title, because we're winning it. Macaulay Goodwill said Salah has earned Liverpool 34 points this season. Check where he would land in the league standings. Well, I guess he'd be above United anyway. Although that wouldn't be hard, would it? All the way down there in 15th place. But they do have fruit, so, you know, that's the good news. Ewan said, Craig, sorry if you've already addressed this, but what do you think of Salah's interview? I think it was another piece of clever, I don't want to use the word propaganda, but it was again teasing about him not being here without having to come out and say it. So I think he was playing on the heartstrings a little bit, probably trying to, again, push the club to get their finger out and get it resolved. And look, at this point, my man, there's just no way you can't give him a deal. It's just, how do you sell that to a fan base? You know the guy who may win the Ballon d'Or next season, and you know the guy who is absolutely tearing up the goal scoring charts and smashing records every week. Well, we don't think that we should keep him around. There's just no sensible get out of jail card there for the owners. That they'll have to. Look, my guess is, and it is guess, is you'll see Virgil and Mo stay and Trent leave, but it is a guess. Aaron, how are you, my friend? Craig, Anfield Agenda won't ever be the same if you leave. You've a class personality, and nobody else on YouTube can match your passion towards the club. But I'm not a real fan. You know, I get told it all the time, mate. I'm not a real fan. You know, I'm not the chosen few. Look, I don't know what happens in the future, but I will say this. I would find it very hard to think that the channel would exist if I wasn't here. I'll be honest about it. Even if I sold it, let's say I sold the channel tomorrow, I don't think it would continue to grow. I think you're right. And I don't say that in an arrogant way, because I'll never understand why people watch, but I don't think anybody will ever have the same passion for it as me and Connor have, you know? And why would they? It's our baby at the end of the day. Alright, Craig, have to use the wife's phone. Let's go up to Talacopoites. Always lovely to see you. If I remember correctly, Derek, out in Tala, how are you, my man? Craig, you've not been born inside the stadium, so fake fan. I know. Silly mother went into labour in a different country. How dare she? She should have got straight on the boat over in Holyhead, straight down to Anfield, and it should have been birthed in the centre circle. What would happen if you left the channel? I don't know. Mate, I don't know. I've never really got to the point where I thought about the knock-on effect. I don't know. You know. Yeah, I don't know. And I hope I never have to find out. Let's wait and see. Yeah, let's wait and see. Do you reckon Gyökeres is a target for the window? Absolutely, 100%. You can pin this and copy it and do whatever. Not a hope. Zero. No interest. It is not. We're not even going to look at him. You won't even see a story written from a credible journalist about it, because it's absolutely bona fide not of interest to Liverpool. Lolly, how are you, bro? Lovely to see you. Who do you think will be in the top 5? Obviously, Liverpool, Arsenal, City are up there now. I can't see them falling away. I have a feeling Nottingham Forest might fall out. You know, they've been going through a bit of a wobble. So I'm going to go Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle, and then it'll be Chelsea or Forest for me for the last spot. Maybe Villa can pull it together. But it's what makes it so exciting. The race for those European places are genuinely, even as a Liverpool fan, they're exciting to watch. Liz said, my friend Craig is amazing and hashtag be kind. Blame Connor. Always, Liz. You know that's my default setting, is to blame Connor. You're pulling a Trent on us. Now, nobody's offering me 300 grand a week, mate. I can promise you that. You know what I mean? I promise you, hand on heart, I'll stay at Anfield Agenda for 300 grand a week. I promise you. You sort me out the 300 grand a week and I'm going nowhere. I'll even take 300 grand a year, if that works. Paul Marshfield, lovely to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for your kind words, Paul. You're a gent. Appreciate you. Hugs from Hungary. Hun Media, always lovely to see you, my friend. Gareth Barr saying Forest to win 2-1 tonight. That's his prediction. I'll take that, mate. I would take that. Marco said, Craig, been watching since I was 14 and I'm only doing my leaving cert. Can't imagine the channel without you. You're making me feel old, Marco. You're making me feel old. God, man, my daughter's even out of school and she turns 21 this year, believe it or not. And my young son is 13 now. I'm getting old, lads. I'm getting old. I'm getting so old that I'm getting grey. I can't even grow in a beard without some grey, like. Right, look. It is a match day, and I want to give a shout out to our incredible sponsors. Don't forget, if you are lucky enough to have proper facial hair, no better brand to be working with than our friends at Manscaped. Check out the Chairman Pro Package face shaving kit or anything else at manscaped.com and treat yourself to 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping store-wide at manscaped.com with our code Anfield20. Use it at checkout or scan the QR code in the bottom corner. You'll defo get 300k a month. No, it won't. None of the YouTube channels are bringing in that money. Even the biggies. I wouldn't, man. What would you do with that much money? You know what I mean? I'd be dangerous, lads, with that type of money. You know, just ask my wife how bad I am with money. I'm awful, honestly. I look at money like a challenge. Like, it literally burns holes in my pockets. I get pocket money. That's it. And I'm not allowed to go to electrical shops on my own. Because she let me do that once, and let's just say she's still paying for it. Quite literally. Connor said, I often thought that you'd have to make a conscious effort to spend money if you had 250k a week coming in. I'd find a way to spend it. You know I would, Connor. Absolutely I'd spend it. Why no Isak? A groin injury, apparently, DJ. A groin injury was the report that Newcastle put out. So, I want to mention this again because I know some of our moderators aren't in our Discord group. But if anybody who's a moderator on Anfield Agenda wants to come along to our show that's on sale right now, email me if you're a moderator or get in touch with Mark, because your ticket, if you'd like to come along to the show, is always on us. So if you are a mod and you want to come along, we've already sorted our tickets for some, but if you're a mod and you want to come, email us and we'll make sure you get your ticket free as a thank you for your support and your help here with the channel. What's your take on Slot's 2-match ban? It's hard to really have a take on it without knowing exactly what was said. You know, he's accepted it, so it's a £70,000 fine. Seems a lot though. £70,000. Like, if I was going to be fined £70,000 for saying something to a referee, I'm getting my fucking £70,000 worth out of it. I can tell you that. I mean, he'd be getting it, his ma'd be getting it, his sisters would be getting it, his old lad would be selling Avon. There'd be no end to it if I knew I was getting a £70,000 fine. I'd have been there 10-15 minutes, just a big scroll of insults ready to go. Why no Robbo? I don't know. The manager just must want to rest him or rotate him in. Yeah. I don't know. You know, maybe he thinks the energy have cost us tonight. But Robbo is there and available on the bench, if I'm not mistaken. So let me just double check that before I look like an idiot. Yep, he's on the bench. So the bench tonight for Liverpool: Kelleher, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Robbo and Kwanzaa. That's the Liverpool bench. Fake Adidas pants then. I've never ever worn fake Adidas stuff. I've bought it for other people, but I've never worn it myself. Yeah, man, you know me and Adidas. I know I won't get any Adidas love when they start making the Liverpool kits, because the club will make sure that I don't get any Adidas love. But my God, if there was one fan channel out there in the world that deserves some Adidas love when they make the kits of the club, surely it's Anfield Agenda. You know what? I've been unashamedly an Adidas fan. And I've got my lucky hoodie on. Kick Lizard said, how do you become a mod? By the way, much love. There isn't really a process. You know, it's just if we need extra mods, if the chat gets busier, Mark or the team will say to me, look, we could probably do with a few extra mods. And then I'd say to Mark, have you any suggestions? Because, of course, Mark runs the chat and keeps an eye on it. And then Mark will throw a few names at me and I'll give them mods in the chat. It's usually how it works. What? Dave, how did you get £1,000 fine for 3 miles an hour over the speed limit? Because I got penalty points for speeding, and I think my fine was like 80 quid or 120 quid, something like that. You mustn't have paid something or didn't show up or something in court, Dave. There's no way surely to God they're not dishing out £1,000 fines for speeding. Do you know what? There's no way I'd pay that either. If they're trying to charge £1,000 for speeding for 3 miles an hour over, I'd tell them to stick it up their arse, man. I'd go to prison before I'd pay that. Jason said, because you're honest. I don't know, man. I'd love. Do you know what? It would make my life if I ever had a hookup with Adidas. Even one free T-shirt, just to know Adidas know I exist, would be amazing. Oh, you questioned it, Dave. 3 miles. Do you know what? You wouldn't have got done over here for 3 miles an hour over the limit. There's usually a threshold over here of roughly 5 to 10% of the limit. So like, let's say it was an 80 kilometer an hour limit and you were doing 83. I pretty much don't think you're getting done over here for that anyway. Because there's been a couple of times I've been there or thereabouts and didn't get any speeding fines for it. So, Craig, are you still working on Where's the Money John merchandise? Not working on it, no, it's there. It should be under the stream on the video. I don't have any of the graphics or images here, but yes, we do have the Newlon, no party merchandise, the Where's the Money John stuff. It should be all in the description of the stream. Craig, will you be watching the Arsenal game before the Liverpool one? No, I won't watch it because I'll forget to change the channel because I'm a dope. But I'm sure you guys will keep me up to date with what's going on in it. But no, I won't be watching it because honestly I forget to change the channel. I'll miss the start of our game. Found a cat tonight, Craig. What should I call her? Don't know. What's a good name for a cat? I don't know. I don't think I've named a cat before, so I'm allergic, so. Will you keep going until you hit 400k subscribers? There isn't a plan. You know, there is no, I want to do this and then. So I'll just keep going until either I've had enough or my missus has had enough. One or the other. Do mods get paid? No. How much money do you think we make, mate? Paying moderators and all as well. Jeez, we've only just started taking our own wage in the last year and a half. No, mate, we don't pay moderators. No, but I don't know of a YouTube channel that pays moderators. Now, I'm sure that one might exist, but it's not a precedent that I'm going to set anyway. Craig, hope you're doing well. I've recently started making graphics. Am I able to make an Anfield Agenda for free? Honestly, we don't need one. But if you have a design you want to show, we'd always love to see it. But please don't feel we need them. We've got a couple of graphic designers, thankfully. And yeah, access to a few more. I don't know how you guys do it, by the way. I'm always blown away by the work Connor does and Drawdy did. And yeah, man, I'm terrible when it comes to anything artistic or creative. I'm not that guy. Right, where's this one? There we go. Won't believe this. I had a dream last night that we only win 2 games and draw the rest. Please God, it doesn't happen. You call that a dream, my friend. I call very much that a nightmare. No, that's not going to happen. Come on. United are 1-0 down against Ipswich already. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't, like... Is this the part where we're supposed to be surprised? It's United these days. You don't know, man. That is awful. Who scored? But that's fucking shocking. Who scored? If you don't mind me asking. Oh my God. Do you know what? I read an article last night. I don't know if it was on Sky or it was somewhere. And they said that, Philogene, thank you. They said that United's last 3 games, or 3 of their last 4 games at Old Trafford, have gone on general sale. You know? I don't remember the last time Liverpool tickets ever ended up on general sale, but that's how little interest there is there at the minute in going to watch Sir Jim Radcliffe's team of all the fruit and no lunch. There you go. Dorgu passed it straight to Philogene. 40 million. Liverpool tickets are the most expensive. They aren't. Not standard price tickets. They absolutely aren't. Look at the London clubs. There's many clubs with face value tickets for normal tickets, not hospitality, over 100 quid a pop. And some even more than that. So Liverpool definitely are not the most expensive. Liverpool are one of the more reasonable. I'm talking about face value general tickets, about 66 quid. And lower, some of them. Juan said, Craig, I will be sad to see you leave. First watch along I ever watched was Genie Screamer versus Cardiff away, and we won the Champions League. About 40 or 50k subs. Love you and Connor. Thank you, man. Look, I don't know. I answered one question tonight about potentially leaving, and I don't know. I like, if there's no plans for me to go, let me just say that. Someone just asked me earlier on. Yes, lad said, my mum is turning 70 this August and she loves listening to you. She thinks you're hilarious. That's awesome. Please do say hello to your mum for me. I'm glad she gets my sense of humour. That's class, man. Thank you. Please do say hello for me. Lighting Man 345. Thank you so much, my friend. You're very kind. Keep up the good work. Deserve all your success. Thank you, my man. I don't deserve it. I don't think I'll ever feel like I do. But like I always say, I'm going to keep working hard to repay the faith you guys have shown in us. When did you first start the channel? I believe it was 2018. But my memory is shit. But my memory is it was 2018. So we went, the first bit of content we put up was when we went over to I guess you call it the in-stadium watch-along of the Manchester City Champions League quarter-finals and the Roma semi-finals. Connor and I went over to Liverpool to watch them inside Anfield on the big screen. I think they were the first bits of content that went up on the channel, and I think it was 2018. But yeah, where does the time go? Like, that means that will be 7 years this March, April. 7 years. That's crazy. What do you think of the team? I think it's sound, yeah. I don't really have too many complaints. Probably the only things I would change was I probably would have stuck with Robbo at left back. And then, you know, if Cody Gakpo was fully fit, maybe put him on the left. But I can't say I have any complaints about the team. I don't. I think that's a pretty good selection. Where do you find the tickets for 66 quid? You won't. And that's the point, Jamie. They never go on general sale. You've no chance of getting those. Unless you get into a ballot and get lucky. You've no chance. If you're just looking to buy a ticket, you're never going to get one of the ones we're talking about. Because I can't get them either, by the way. So don't feel bad, my man. When we got tickets for the Champions League game against Lille, we paid £390 each for the 2 tickets. So it worked out about €900 for 2 tickets for Connor and a guest to go over. It's the only way we could get them. So yeah, I feel your pain. But look, I made a decision that until things change with my situation, or until things change with FSG and the way they go about running things, I'm not going to a game again. I'm not giving them my money. That's a personal choice, though. What's this? Here's an interesting stat. Since Ruben Amorim's first game in charge of Manchester United, they've conceded the opening goal in more Premier League games than any other side, with 12. So there you go. Thank you, Mark, for sending that on to me. Shout out to your subs in Brooklyn, New York City. Proper watering hole here, mates. There you go, Antonio Jones. Thank you, my man, and much love to all of you guys over in New York. Right arm tattoo for you. Is that a fighter? No, it's not. It's not really anything. It's more of a skull with a weird eye, and it's not really anything in particular, my man. Inside my arm I have some, like, oh, where is it? Some mechanical stuff there, but yeah, they don't really mean anything, to be honest. The tattoos is not, other than the ones on my wrists. I've got the 2 times my kids were born on my wrists. Yes, lads, thanks, Craig. Her name's Mary. She's originally from County Mayo, but lives in Wexford now. Well, she lives in the best part of Ireland. I live in Wexford as well. I live in Gorey in County Wexford. And one of the guys that works in our team works and lives in Mayo as well. So there you go. Small world. But yes, hello to Mary. Hope she's keeping well. Is it a boost that Isak's not playing? Of course. Yeah, of course. Look, you never wish injury or anything on a player, but I would be a liar if I said to you that it isn't a boost to see that Isak's not in that Newcastle team. Of course it is. Craig, if you were the gaffer, who would you sign and who would you sell? Oh, you don't want me being in charge of that, mate. Honestly, I'm an idiot. There's a reason Arne Slot's sitting in that chair and I'm sitting here as a fan. I'd bring in, I don't know, I'd probably go with the idea of giving Stefan Bajcetic the second midfield role alongside Gravenberch, or to be the rotational player. Then I'd bring in either Haddo or Kirkes. I'd bring in Huijsen at centre back. I certainly wouldn't be letting Allison and Kelleher leave. One of them would have to be staying. And then I'd try to bring in whatever striker worked for the system. So in this case, Isak, Cunha, Sesko, I don't know. But look, as I keep saying, there's a reason I'm here. I'm not anywhere near as intelligent as Arne Slot and anywhere near as capable as our manager. Klopp's here in Cape Town, Craig. He's doing a fundraiser. He was spotted in an Adidas store with fans signing Liverpool jerseys, caps and his book. Nice. Somebody said they got a photo with him, actually, Ryan. Somebody said they bumped into him in Cape Town as well. So that's class. Hope to get over there myself in the future at some point. You know, I don't think I'll be signing stuff in an Adidas store now, to be honest with you. But great to see Kloppo over there, enjoying his time. Joseph said, Craig, what do you think of Morgan Rogers, a Borough boy at heart? He's having a fantastic time with Aston Villa. Looks like a really good player. Don't know too much more about him, to be honest, but I know that when I check Villa games, more often than not, I'm seeing his name popping up with a goal or an assist. Ian, how are you? Ian McLemont. Welcome in, my man. Have a good night to you as well. Louth crew, red and white. How are we, Jordan? Much love to you. And anybody else watching up in County Louth? The amount of Adidas stuff you wear, they ought to pay you to wear their shirts. Do you know what, man? I just love Adidas stuff. Now, on my feet, I go between Adidas and Nike because I love my Air Max and I love my Jordans. So, on my feet, I'm not always going to be wearing Adidas, but tracksuit bottoms, shorts, t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, Adidas, 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 Adidas. And my God, when they start making Liverpool stuff, I'm going to be like a pig in poo. Honestly, I can't wait. And all the leaked stuff that we've seen so far from Adidas with Liverpool looks like it's going to be amazing. And I'm really looking forward to being able to get some of the retro stuff as well with the proper Adidas badges on them. Chris Wood botches his touch and Calafiori gets a block in to prevent a goal. Thank you, Caden. Luxury made simpler. How are you, my friend? Hello, Craig, big man. I reckon a Salah brace. It's a pity how many people are overlooking how immense Salah's been this season. Love from Belfast. He's on a Ballon d'Or adventure for me. You know, if Liverpool get quarters, semis of the Champions League, we win the league, and Mo keeps doing what he's doing, I think it will be the biggest robbery in world football ever if he does not win the next Ballon d'Or, because he deserves it. You know, I'm not one usually for personal accolades in football, but the great man deserves his recognition. And imagine that we're sitting here now in this position where we're talking about a fella having a potentially Ballon d'Or winning season, and yet our owners still haven't given him a contract. I mean, where do you go with that, you know? It's nuts. Keith said, Craig, what's the crack? Just in from County Armagh. Love the show. Come on the Reds tonight. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate you. I used to go out with a girl from County Armagh, from Lurgan, to be honest. I even remember the address off by heart. I was young at that point, about 16. But yeah, I went up to Lurgan at one point to say hello. I haven't been up since. Rafa doing pre-match. I know. I love the man. I love him to bits. Oh, do you know who I'm going to see? He's coming over to Wexford. I think in April. I can't wait to go and see you. It's going to be a really good show. Mr. Royal Family, Jim from the Royal Family, coming over to do a show. Ricky Tomlinson, can't wait to go and see him in Wexford. What a career and what a life and a journey that man has had. Obviously a massive Liverpool fan as well, but that should be a fun night here in Wexford. And actually, if anybody's going to see an evening with Henrik Larsson on Saturday in Dublin at the Helix, I'm going to be going to that as well. A friend of mine's a massive Celtic fan, and he had a spare ticket, so he asked me that I want to come along with him. Obviously, I'm going to be surrounded by Celtic and probably United fans, but I will be there. If you're going to the event, do pop up and say hi if you see me. Keith Dunn said he's some crack. Oh, I can't wait to hear some of the stories that Ricky has to talk about. I'm a fecker for a good story, so I can't wait. As soon as I seen it went on sale, I said to Sabrina, we're going to see Ricky Tomlinson because that is going to be a fun night. Speaking of fun nights, end of season party. 3 days after the last game of the season, 4 days before the Champions League final, Hot Water Comedy Club all ages event, tickets on sale now with the link pinned to the top of the chat or in the description. Do you agree that Gerard Houllier is an underrated manager? I guess it depends on who you ask. So I absolutely love Gerard Houllier, but you know, it depends who you ask. You know, we won a treble in 2001 with Mr. Houllier. You know, I'll never forget the time as well where he had to have, I think it was a bypass at the time, and you know, he came back for the Roma game, if my memory's right. That was such a scary time. You know, Phil Thompson was taking over sideline at that point. But Gerard was a big, I guess, a big push forward in the professionalism of the way that football is played, along with Arsene Wenger, obviously, who made huge changes to English football with the lifestyles the player leads and the leaning into the medical science and sports science part. Yeah, Gerard was a big part of our club's journey to where we are now. Dismisk said, what's the bench looking like? No problem, making me 2 seconds and I'll read it out for you. So the bench tonight for Liverpool is no, that's not the bench, sorry. The bench tonight for Liverpool is Kelleher, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Robbo and Kwanzaa. So once again, Kelleher, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Robertson and Kwanzaa. What do you think of Celtic playing Cork City, Cork GAA field? Park Equive is its name. I'm not that good with Irish, so I'm not going to spell it. I think it's brilliant. You know, apart from the fact that, you know, it's Celtic coming over. He's coming over to visit a different part of Ireland as well. So yeah, I'm sure they'll get a good crowd down in Park Equive, and I'm sure it'll be a good night. Craig, if it meant winning the Champions League and the Premier League, would you let Slot teabag you? I'd probably want a bit more of a trade-off than that, to be honest with you. Like, I'm at least wanting a squad signed shirt there in that situation before I let Arne Slot's nuts rest on my forehead. But, you know, a squad signed jersey, a little hello from Arne, and the Premier League and Champions League, he can rest his balls on my head all he wants. Why not? But I'm not doing it for just that, because I think we're going to do that anyway. So I can get a ball-free situation there. Can I get your thoughts on Fernando Torres' Liverpool career? I was young when he was playing for us. I mean, he was brilliant. Who didn't love El Nino when he was here? You know, I remember him absolutely scaring the bejesus out of that Chelsea defence in his first game. I think it was a Tal Ben Aim that he turned inside out before he scored. I mean, that was probably my first real foreign Liverpool love, if you get me. Like, I had Stevie G and Carragher and all, but when El Nino came in, I think that was my first real love affair with an overseas player coming to Liverpool. How tall is Peter Crouch? Oh, I don't know, 6'7", is it? Something like that? I loved his answer when he was asked, what would you be, Peter, if you weren't a footballer? And his answer was, a virgin. What a man. I mean, how do you not love Crouchy? So, my friends, we have about 20 minutes to go till kick-off. If you can, do hit that subscribe button for me. Do drop a like on the stream as well. 1-1 in the United game. 6'7", said Foxy. There you go. Thoughts on Carragher's comments on the AFCON? I didn't hear them. I have no idea what the comments were. So, yeah, there he goes. I was removed by David. Thank you. Loving the show. Do you think Mo and VVD have already signed? No, I don't. I wish they had. Man, God, I'd love to think that they have, but I don't see why they wouldn't sort of talk about it if they had. Yeah, I don't see the benefit of not announcing it if they were signed, especially if the thoughts are to put less pressure on Trent. Trent should be under pressure. United's goal was an own goal. There you go. Would I take Tonali at Liverpool? I don't think we need him, to be honest. Good, very, very good footballer, Sandro Tonali. No denying that. Do you follow the GAA? Not particularly, especially with some of the recent rule changes again. It's getting a bit confusing. So yeah, not really is the answer. I'll watch the All-Ireland when it gets to the latter stages, but no, I don't really pay too much attention. Right, so we're 125 likes away from getting to our pre-match 1000. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do. I'll run through the Newcastle team for you in case you haven't seen that as well. So Newcastle: Pope, Schär, Tonali, Wilson, Gordon, Hull, Livramento, Murphy, Willock, Byrne and Bruno Guimaraes as their captain. Their substitutes: Dubravka, Ruddy, Trippier, Barnes, Target, Kraft, Osula, Longstaff and Miley. So that's the Newcastle squad. Your Liverpool team, of course: Alisson Becker, Costas at left back, Trent at right back, Ibrahim Konate and Virgil van Dijk in the defensive positions or central defensive positions. Midfield of Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Soboslai. On the left hand side, Luis Diaz. On the right hand side, Mohamed Salah. And through the centre, Diogo Jota. Your Liverpool bench tonight: Kelleher, Endo, Nunez, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Robbo and Kwanzaa. Frank, have a good one, my man. Over in Oz, mate. Always love to see you before you go to work. You always pop in and say hello, my man. Have a good one. Andre said, Craig, how quickly will Trent leave from Madrid if he goes? I've no idea, mate. But let me say this. And I say this about every player, by the way. But once you leave Liverpool and you're still playing football, you're the enemy. When your career's over, different story. But when you leave, and you go play elsewhere, you're the enemy in my eyes while you're playing football. And when your career is over, different story. Like, but do you know what? I seen a clip the other day from, I think it was Al Nasser. That's the team Ronaldo plays for, isn't it? So I seen a clip the other day of one of their games where Ronaldo scored, I think, and Mane scored a penalty. And the stadium was, and I'm being generous saying half empty, but it's just not working in that league, is it? Do you know, they can't even get the crowds in to watch Ronaldo's, Mane's. I mean, I just don't understand how that's going to be sustainable over there. Oh, 2-1 United now. They'll be up in the heady heights of 14th, will they, after this? Would I take Davis if Trent did leave? He's already signed a new contract with Bayern Munich. I take it you're talking about Alphonso Davies. He's already signed a new contract and he plays on the left, but he signed a new contract at Bayern. Sam said, Craig, I'm going to Egypt this year. 3rd time in Egypt. I'll be supporting a Salah Liverpool shirt. So, really funny story, actually. The first time we ever went to Florida as a family, we had originally booked Egypt. And I think a war broke out and they cancelled all the trips to Egypt. So we ended up going over to Florida. But I haven't got back to Egypt since. But we were booked to go to Sharm el Sheikh at one point. And holidays were all cancelled. So we ended up going to Florida. But there you go. Tom said, just want to say I appreciate the commentary as I can't watch the game. I do not understand watch-alongs that don't tell you what's happening in the match. I often wonder that myself, Tom. So, look, I don't always communicate everything that happens in the game, but I try to go in between both. But I've seen clips of other watch-alongs on other channels, and I don't get it either. You know, if the host of them isn't on their phone tweeting something, or just sitting there looking at the screen, or eating, I don't get it. So, yeah, I'm the same as you. If I tuned in because I couldn't watch a game and I wanted to watch along on, and I wasn't getting told what was happening in the game, or some fecker was there with their phone in their hand tweeting and stuff, I wouldn't be bothered. I don't get it. I think that, and this is where I'm going to be a little bit arrogant, I think that once people come in and watch what we do on Anfield Agenda, they stick around more often than not, because they realise that we're better at it. And I don't mean that to sound arrogant, but I just think we do the best watch-alongs. I genuinely do. Right now, Calafiori is Arsenal's best attacker. Ooh, that's grim. So, I hope that Anfield listens to Virgil and makes this a nasty, horrible evening for Newcastle and any visiting team. Liverpool have 7 home games remaining between now and the end of the season. Jen, thank you. Liz, thank you as well. You're both very kind. Some fecker. That reminds me to include that word in my upcoming St. Paddy's Day quiz. There you go. There you go. Glad to help out, mate. Glad to help out. Do you ever do a watch along of non-Liverpool games? No, not really. I'm nowhere near as excited when I don't watch Liverpool, so I don't think it's as good a product. So are Arsenal really 1-0 up, or is Liverpool Gold Shark Boy or whatever his name is about to get banned? So, is it still 0-0, right? You get banned, so. Cool. Who are the subs today? Said Ghost Dog. No problem, mate. The subs for Liverpool today are Kelleher, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Robbo, Kwanzaa. So it's Kelleher, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Robbo, Kwanzaa. That is the bench. The old Mundo Sporto streams used to turn into box and food chat. Yeah, exactly. Because I can't deliver as good a product if I'm not watching Liverpool. Because I don't really give a damn. That's the honest answer. The reason Liverpool watch-alongs work for me is because I'm emotionally invested in them. The only other subjects that I think I can speak about with any type of excitement are food, obviously, and boxing. But I don't want to do boxing because I think boxing is covered well enough as it is anyway. I'm a Liverpool fan from Durham. Winding up the lads about Isak is brilliant. Good man, you're doing God's work there, Gareth. Keep it going. Keep it going, my friend. Is Slot on the touchline? No, Philip. Himself and Sipka Hulshoff have both been given 2 game bans. They start from today. So there'll be no Slot or Hulshoff for today and none against Southampton. Arne also received a £70,000 fine and Sipka Hulshoff a £7,000 fine. So yeah, just to confirm, they are both unavailable to be on the touchline for tonight and for the game against Southampton. Craig, name 2 current Liverpool players you would like to see as pundits. I think VVD and Robbo. I'm 100% with you on Robbo. 100%. Robbo will be a brilliant pundit. What other ones do I think would be a good pundit? VVD would be good. I think he'd have a few good bits of dry humour. I agree with you on that. Robbo and... who has to be a good pundit? I think you've probably nailed it. You know, looking through the team, it's hard to speak about, let's say, the foreign guys. Like Virgil we can speak about because we've seen enough of him in front of the camera, but you know, we don't know what Alexis McAllister would be like or Dominic Szoboszlai would be like as a pundit. I think you've nailed it. Certainly Robbo was the first one that came to my mind. Brian, you big sexy bastard. How are you? Brian just dropped in and gifted 50 Anfield Agenda memberships. Absolutely incredibly generous as always, Brian. Thank you, my friend. And if you were lucky enough to be the recipient of one of those, congrats. Right, my friends, we are about 10 minutes or so away. I just got to remind you that, of course, we are being brought to you today, as in every match day, with thanks to our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. Check out the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, or you can also check out the Beard and Balls bundle, which includes the Beard Hedger Pro and the Lawnmower 5.0, but you can get them or anything else at manscaped.com with 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping store-wide with a code Anfield20 or by scanning the QR code in the bottom corner. I make that noise going around my house all the time and it drives my wife mad and I don't even know why I do it. Just all of a sudden out of nowhere, she'll be sitting here and I'll be going, meh, and it winds her up. Which is the worst thing she could have ever done, is let me know it winds her up. Because now, when I come to bed in the middle of the night and she's turning over, I go right up to her face and go, meh. Tell us what it would take for a guard of honour by Arsenal. I don't know. I've no idea. Someone said Arsenal scored. Have they gone 1-0 up? Or are we banning somebody else? Someone said there was a free kick in a dangerous position. Jacko, how are you, bro? 2 game ban for a stiff handshake is outrageous. If I was Arne, I'd avoid Michael Oliver like a pest after a game from now on. I just want to know what he said, though, Jacko. I just want to know what he said. Because if you're going to get a 70,000... Like, think about this. The man's after getting fined an E-class Merc for a fucking handshake. Let's put this into context. I think 70 grand probably buys you a top-of-the-range E-class Merc in England. Or a Volvo XC90. The man's after getting done out of a Merc for a sarcastic handshake. You know what I mean? £70,000. And do you know what? Oliver gets away with it. He goes out there, stinks the gaff up with a terrible refereeing performance. Nay bother. Arne, 70 grand. Sitka, 7 grand. Liverpool, 50 grand. Everton, 65 grand. I mean, for the love of God. That does my head in. Like, the referees can stink up the gaff and nothing's done. Did Pep get it when he did it? And of course he didn't, Marty. Don't be silly. Pep, you know, never gets held to account like that. Because Michael Oliver loves Pep. I'd say he probably had a hard on when Pep was up in his face. Going, well done, well done. He's like, oh, Pep, Pep, did I tell you I've got nipple clamps on, Pep? No, nothing there. But Arne goes up and shakes his hand. Red card. And 70 G's gone. Brian said fake scores is such an idiot thing to do. We'll find out in 2 seconds. I know, it's so silly. Especially in a game that I'm watching. So I'm not watching the Arsenal game, but in a game that I'm watching here, and someone trying to put in a fake score is mad. United, they're celebrating going 2-1 up against Ipswich like they've just won the lottery. How far that club have fallen, like, honestly. Josh, hope you're well. I'm going to Wembley. Nice. Enjoy it. What an occasion that's going to be. I've never had the pleasure of going to Wembley, my man, but enjoy it, and hopefully you see the Reds lifting a trophy. Right. We are 6 or 7 minutes away from kickoff at Anfield, so keep your comments coming in. Just remember that during the game, I'm going to try to focus on commentary. I've moved my setup around, so I won't even be looking as far away from the camera. So I'm going to try to keep you guys up to date with what's happening. Hearing Isak not involved for them. Yes, he's not even in the matchday squad. He's got a groin injury. Melvin said, evening Craig, hope you're well, fingers crossed for a big win. Yep, absolutely fingers crossed for, excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups now, need a drink. Absolutely fingers crossed for a win, I'm with you on that. Right, Anfield's ready, the cop looks ready. Hopefully they listen to Virgil and they make it a nasty environment for the next 90 minutes. Will Manchester United have an open top bus tour around if they beat Ipswich? They will, but it'll have to be on a public bus and they'll have to pay their own bus fares because Jim won't be paying for it. But there will be fruit, so you know you don't need to worry about that. Jim makes sure, come hell or high water, that you have access to the Aldi Super Sixes every single week at Manchester United. But you know, with regard to the open top bus rate, it'll be a public bus and they'll have to pay their own bus fare. You know, times are tough. Will the bus roof leak? Not a public bus, no. No, not a good old public bus. No, they won't leak. They're made well. Craig, would you ever wear Bluetooth earbuds for the game? No, I couldn't. Because I don't like to speak about my Asperger's much, but because of my hearing sensitivities as part of my Asperger's-autism, I wouldn't be able to focus. I'd end up probably repeating what's being said in my ear to you. So, no, I couldn't do it. I'd rather just do what I do, no audio whatsoever, and focus. I can't have competing noises. It drives me insane. It physically hurts me to have competing noises. He's taking the water cooler machine and only bottled water, only allowed tap water. The man's, that title of Sir should be stripped off him because he's making a fucking mockery of it. Right, folks, they are walking out onto the hallowed turf of Anfield as we speak. Both sets of players, and there he is, the great man, Mohamed Salah, right at the back. Rain starting to fall at Anfield. It looks like a bitterly cold night there as well. So sit back and I will do my best to take you through the game. Let's run through the 11s one more time for you before we get started. So Newcastle have gone with Pope, Schär, Tonali, Wilson, Gordon, Hall, Livramento, Murphy, Willock, Byrne and Bruno. Obviously no Isak in the Newcastle squad as he has a groin injury. On the bench, Dubravka, Ruddy, Trippier, Barnes, Target, Kraft, Osula, Longstaff and Miley. For Liverpool, it is Alisson Becker in goal, Trent at right back, Costas at left back, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Kanade in the centre back positions. Midfield of Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. Up top on the right Mo, on the left Diaz, to the centre Diogo. And your Liverpool bench is Kelleher, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Robbo and Kwanzaa. Of course, as I mentioned before, we are being brought to you with thanks to our incredible sponsors Manscaped. Check out the Chairman Pro Package face shaving kit or anything else at manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with our code Anfield20. That's 20% off and free shipping with our code Anfield20. And also, last bit of business before we get underway, our tickets to our live show, our end of season party, are now on sale. You can get them from the link pinned to the top of the chat or in the description. It is May 28th at the Hot Water Comedy Club in Liverpool. Tickets are priced at £20 and it's an all ages event. Right, that's all the housework done. Now it's time to sit back and enjoy the game. Who's managing today? Johnny Heidinger, Kevin. Johnny Heidinger. He had experience managing Ajax, young Ajax, the reserve team. Then he was caretaker manager for Ajax for a little bit. He was a coach as well with West Ham, and now obviously he's Arne's assistant or one of his assistants here at Liverpool. So yeah, Sipke Hulshoff and Arne touchline banned today, but Johnny Heidinger will be the man who is on the sideline. And also, don't forget, if you're a member of a channel and you want to treat yourself to any of the Anfield Agenda merch, you get 10% off. You'll find that code in the membership tab of the YouTube channel. 10% off code in there for any of the Anfield Agenda merch as well. Right, here we go. Another big game in the season. 3 points there for the taking. Hopefully we get off to a good start. Yeah, sit back and I'll take you through it. Again, who's the referee again today? Chris Kavanagh is your referee if my memory's correct. %10 off merch. Is a signed pair of your underwear included there? No, I wouldn't be able to sign past the skid marks. Oh, red card for United apparently in that game as well. So there you go. They're down to 10 just before half time, but they are 2-1 up, so... No, it isn't. It's Stuart... What? Stuart Atwell's the ref for this? I swear that was supposed to be Chris Kavanagh. No? Am I wrong? I swear Chris Kavanagh was down as the ref for this game, but... There you go. It's Stuart Atwell. You live and learn. Right, Liverpool attacking the Annie Road end in the first half. About to kick off. And we are underway. Nope, stop. Now we're underway. Restart to the game there. Right, Verge goes long out right hand side. A reminder, I'm going to do my best to keep you up to date with what's going on in the game. So I'm going to be focusing on comms. Newcastle win the ball early doors left side. It's cleared though by Trent. Immediately Diogo Jota gives chase, but Nick Pope comes out and launches it deep into the Liverpool half, and it'll go harmlessly through to Alisson Becker. Virgil now. Again, just moving the ball around, looking to drag Newcastle out of position. Trent down the right hand side to Dominic Szoboszlai. His attempted ball back to Trent is intercepted by Newcastle. Dom comes across, though, makes a challenge and it goes out. Ref was substituted. Ah, there you go. Kavanagh is ill. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I knew I'd had it in my head that it was Chris Kavanagh initially. Right, Newcastle throw in, which is intercepted and won by Luis Diaz. Well done, Lucho. Virgil now. to Costas. Costas, straight away, he's making me nervous. But he wins the throw-in. So well done, Costas. I don't know what all the fuss is about. Throw into Liverpool, deep inside their own half, left-hand side. So Stuart Atwell is the referee. And half-time in the other game, it is Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. Dan Byrne plays it across the back to Schär. Schär again tries to go straight through the middle of Liverpool's defence, but it goes all the way through to Alisson Becker. Ibu. Again, no pressure comes on, so he just plays the ball into Gravenberch and back to Ibrahima Konate. Newcastle waiting before they launch a press. Again, seem very happy to let Liverpool have the ball in our final third before moving into position. Van Dijk, Konate. Again, just moves it back across to Van Dijk. Costas, to Ibu. Ibu plays a nice ball into Diogo, who has a bit of space here to turn and run into on the right-hand side. Jota. Out now to Mo. Trent. Looks for Mo. Mo's brought down, but the ref gives a free out. So Mo does trip, and so does the player, but the ref gives a free out. I haven't seen a replay of it, so I have no idea. Let's have a look. I don't know how that is a free against Mo. Newcastle player slips himself, and somehow Atwell gives a free out. How? How is that a free out, lads? He slips. Shenanigans are off here already, lads. Fuck me. Oh, Ipswich have equalised in that one. So it's 2-2 at Old Trafford. So can anybody explain to me how that's a foul when the player slips and nobody's near him? Anyway, Salah. Slips it into Lucho. Oh, good little foot back there. It was slipped through to Lucho. But Newcastle player got a foot in and it goes back to Nick Pope. Jason said, what the heck, VAR lost it already. It's a disgrace, Jason. Honestly, man, it's a piss take. Hand on heart, I don't know why VAR exists. Because it's a fucking joke. It does nothing. It never, ever pulls the ref up on his missed stuff. It's just it's a joke. Anyway. Costas has it. To McAllister. Gravenberch. Goes out left to Luis Diaz. Lucho cuts inside. Goes to Maka. Liverpool central here, halfway inside the Newcastle half. Trent now right hand side. Switches it across to Virgil. Diaz. Maka. Again back to Virgil. Nessie said shenanigans starting from the refs. I know already, but there you go. Right, I'll sync up a 5 minutes 30. Sorry I forgot to do it. Mukrab, give me a few seconds here, mate. Costas. Back to Virgil. We're heading towards 5 minutes 30 now. So 5 minutes 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 and 40. Costas. Back to Luis Diaz. Two Newcastle defenders there with him on the left side of the penalty area. Diaz turns back inside and leaves it for Alexis McAllister. Maka to Konate. He goes out right hand side to Trent, who's hugging the touchline. Salah. Back to Trent. Again, Trent plays a little one through with Dominic Szoboszlai and opens up a passing channel to Gravenberch. Szoboszlai now, edge of the box, spins back inside and plays it across to Virgil. Costas, wide left, tries to slip it down the line for Diaz. Gets challenged though by Tino Livramento and it goes out for a Liverpool throw-in. The more I see that disgraceful foul given against Salah, the more it winds me up. Newcastle player puts his arms into Salah's face, then turns around and falls down, and somehow it's a free out. Welcome to the Premier League from these absolute spoofers. PGMOL are a disgrace. The referees are a disgrace. I don't care what any pundit or media channel has to say. These referees are a shit show. And VAR shouldn't exist. It's pointless. And I mean that for every club, by the way. Not just for Liverpool. What is the point of it all? They don't do their damn jobs. Canade. Trent to Szoboszlai. Salah. His attempted ball back down the line is intercepted from Newcastle. And it's a Liverpool throw in on the far side, which Trent gets on with quickly. Canade. Again, Newcastle just letting us have the ball on the halfway line. Canade then goes out right side to Trent. Back to Ibu. Ibu tries to switch it out, but it comes off Callum Wilson's head. Maka, you dwell too long on the ball, Maka. Come on now. You need to be quicker than that. Salah. Back to Trent. Szoboszlai. Madley. Or Atwell, whatever your fucking shit name is. That was a foul. Newcastle now with Tonali on the attack. Right hand side, cross in. It's overhit and it goes behind for a goal kick. How was that not a foul on Szoboszlai Atwell, you absolute clown? Is your view, are any of the refs in the Prem acceptable? I thought Anthony Taylor did well in the last game at the weekend. And I thought Craig Pawson did okay, or rather decent. To be fair, actually, the referee that we all had a bit of an issue with, Simon Hooper, I thought the most recent game he did for us as well. I thought Simon Hooper did a decent job. Newcastle now move it out wide right with Tino Livramento halfway inside the Liverpool half. Sandro Tonali spins, tries the ball down the line. Again, not on the same wavelength as his teammate. And the ball goes behind for a Liverpool goal kick. By the way, Stuart Atwell is one of those you'd put in your top 3 not wanting to see in charge for Liverpool. He would be right up there. Good ball in behind. Looking for Mohamed Salah. Newcastle defender though steps across and shields it out of play for a throw into Newcastle on the far side. Newcastle play a decent ball into midfield here, and now they've got a bit of space. They've moved it out wide right again. Costas backing off. Eventually the cross comes in. Trent deals with it well, plays it to Alexis McAllister. Salah and Gravenberch. That's the ball. Plays it to Jota though. Jota now spins out left side, gives it to Luis Diaz. Diaz runs into the penalty area left hand side, pulls it back. Szoboszlai, goal, 1-0. Liverpool, Dominic Szoboszlai again. Gets in. Dominic Szoboszlai, dummy meals all round. 1-0, easy peasy, job done. Luis Diaz gets in left hand side, pulls it back across where Mohamed Salah was for that corner routine, and Dominic Szoboszlai left foots it past Nick Pope. And I'm going to be honest, I think Nick Pope could have done better, but I do not give a damn. It is Liverpool 1, Newcastle 0. Your boy Dominic Szoboszlai added again on the score sheet. Lucho runs into the penalty area. He has a one-on-one with the defender. Great pull back to Dom. And that is pants from Nick Pope. But I do not care. Yep. Pope should have done better with that, but I do not give a shite. It is 1-0 to the Reds. Dominic Szoboszlai with the goal. Johnny Heidinger celebrates on the sideline, and Liverpool lead by a 1-0. All that needs to be done now is a little certain dancing alien. You don't blame it on the sunshine. You don't blame it on the moonlight. You don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. What a boy. What a man. What a goal. Again, great play. Liverpool move it out quickly. Left-hand side. Lucho is a one-on-one with his man. Runs into the penalty area. Pulls it back. And there is Dominic, big sexy Sobbo. The side foot at home. Oh, Newcastle now on the attack early doors. Straight back in. Callum Wilson. Ibu pauses and holds him up. Well done, Ibu. Cross comes in from Livramento and Verge clears it. Good defending, Ibrahima Kanade. Yes, sir. 1-0. Do you know what I mean? We do an interview with a Hungarian journalist, bigging up Dominic Szoboszlai, and there he is on the score sheet again. Goal kick Liverpool. What a start. Mahmoud said, this feels so too easy. Great goal, but feels easy. Nothing wrong with that, Mahmoud, my friend. Nothing wrong with that. And thank you for your super chat, sir. Appreciate you. Oliver Hunt, 13 months as a member. Thank you, Oliver. Said, went in between two defenders' legs, I believe. It did. It did, but he just made it look awkward, Oliver, with the dive. He could have used his foot maybe, but look, doesn't matter. I'll take it. We're attacking Batistuta. We're attacking the Annie Road end first half. Maka gets away from his man. Go on, Maka. Into Lucho. Go on. Giddy up. Go on. Cuts inside. Luis Diaz. Pulls it back again. Oh, unlucky. Maka. Wilson now has the ball. He plays it to Livramento. Newcastle trying to work a counter-attack, but Liverpool eventually getting bodies back. It's an exciting start, this. It's Pope, not Oliver. Did I say Oliver? Sorry. It must be Michael Oliver on the brain, man. Sorry. Yeah, Nick Pope. Sorry. Even the Pope won't help him now, though. Do you know what I mean? Pope, no Pope. It doesn't matter. It's 1-0. Currently eating shepherd's pie. Get it into you, Tom. Get it into you. Now, is it really a shepherd's pie? Or is it cottage pie? Are we talking lamb here? Because if it's shepherd's pie, it should be lamb mince. But God, I haven't had one of them in years. Kieran Productions. Thank you, mate, for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Oh, it is lamb mince. Marcus living that good life. Get it into you, bro. Get it into you. Virgil. Diaz. Liverpool with 100 goals in all comps. I think that graphic just said on my screen. Ibu. To Virgil. Do you think Liverpool have secured the Prem? Mate, for me it was done when Arsenal lost to West Ham. And the fact that we then went and won at the Etihad, yeah, to me that was done. Craig, tell the missus to break out the red panties. It's coming home. Don't worry. Don't worry. My missus is good to me. She's got the good stuff ready, I believe. So, Arne slot on whether his touchline ban will be an issue for the players tonight. He said, let's wait and see. I think the good thing is you can be there in the dressing room pre-match and a half-time. But, of course, ideally, I will be on the line as well. So, yeah, the manager can be in there at half-time then. No bothers. Johnny can take care of it on the sideline. Maka. CF said, Craig, don't go anywhere, lad. We'll miss you. I don't have any plans to, mate. I'm hoping I've another couple of years left in me. If you guys will stick with me on this journey. then, I'm not going anywhere. As long as you guys are happy to be here with me, I'll keep trying my best to do you proud. Right, Newcastle now on the counter. But he's off. He's surely bleeding Jesus off. And he puts it wide anyway. And the flag goes up. Callum Wilson was played through. He looked a yard and a half offside. Still puts it wide anyway. Of course he did. He sees big Alisson and he's thinking, ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm getting past this brick wall. So he just kicks it wide. I'm here till 1 million. Jeez, I don't think we'll get to 1 million now. I don't. But let's wait and see. And by the way, if you can help us out by hitting that subscribe button, please do. Do you prefer shepherd's pie or fish pie? I'm not a fish person, so I've never eaten a fish pie. So I'd definitely say shepherd's pie. Do you know what, though? We're having spag ball tonight, and I'm very excited about that. Who doesn't love a good homemade spag ball? Can't wait. Mrs. makes a beautiful spag ball. Trent, he's brought down in the centre of the park, just pretty much inside the Newcastle half on the centre circle. Free kick Liverpool. Costas slips it down the line looking for Luis Diaz, who keeps it in, edge of the Newcastle penalty area. Back to Costas. Tries a little dink in. Newcastle... Oh, fucking hell, Costas. Newcastle defend it. Ball breaks out. We're about to get the second ball, but Costas decides to trip up the Newcastle player right in front of the referee, and it's a Newcastle free kick. What's your favourite pizza? I'm so boring, man. Just a margarita. I don't really eat many toppings on a pizza. I'm such a fussy eater. Now, look, obviously I'm not short of food, but yeah, I'm a really plain eater. So, margarita. Livramento. De Bruno Guimaraes. Schär now. He tries to go long. Ryan Gravenberch backpedals, wins the header, and then Dom goes back to Alisson. Robbo's on the bench, mate. On the bench. Virgil. Spreads the ball across. Right hand side to Trent. Trent finds a nice ball infield to... Oh, Graf, that's a yellow, Atwell, you gimp. Yellow. What do you mean? That's a yellow, you little shit. That's a yellow. Do your job, Atwell. No, don't talk to me, clown. Book him. He stopped the counter. Book him. Don't be giving it this talky shit. Book him. Gravenberch gets away, is brought down on the halfway line to stop a counter, and that absolute stonewall clown, that atrocity of a referee, yet again doesn't give a yellow card. So that's a penno we've been robbed of and a blatant yellow card. He's a fucking dope. Craig, Indian or Chinese? I'm Irish, mate. I'm Irish. Sorry, I couldn't resist, Gavin. I'm not a big fan of Indian food because, again, I'm a coward when it comes to spice or anything like that. So I don't really eat that much Chinese either. I don't really eat takeaways that often. Can you describe Liverpool's goal? Certainly. Ball was moved into the left channel to Luis Diaz. He has a one-on-one with a defender. Goes towards the byline. Pulls it back towards the penalty spot where Dominic Szoboszlai is there. And he left foots it through two Newcastle defenders' legs past Nick Pope. And it was 1-0. Kind of similar area that Mo scored from the corner the other day. Liverpool Bless said, Craig, is this the old Lucho? Szoboszlai is on fire. Yeah, look, Lucho's putting in a great shift, and I totally agree with you on Dom as well. Dom is really coming into his own. Do I like Arabic foods? Can't say I've tried much. Any meat that's grilled, which I believe is a big part of Arabic food. I love grilled meat. And as I say, when we go to Turkey, which I know isn't Arabic, but when we go to Turkey... Oh, here's Jota. Oh, he tries to square it. And the ball eventually falls. Unlucky. So we get the ball left side. Crossed back in from Diogo Jota. He's dragged far wide left. Looks up, tries to square it. Newcastle player then does well, defends the situation. Hall, I think it is, gets a touch on it and then allows his keeper to come and claim it. But again, Liverpool opening up Newcastle. So, when I go to Turkey on holidays, as an example, I absolutely lap up all the meat and the rice and breads. Mayonnaise or ketchup? I don't eat mayonnaise. I drink ketchup, practically. That's how much of it I eat. Diaz, left side to Maka. Little 1-2. Diaz goes back to Virgil. Virgil plays the ball in, looking for Costas. Murphy gets a head in it. It goes out for a Liverpool throw-in. Virgil. Ibu. Press comes on from Callum Wilson. Ibu goes back to Alisson. Trent now. Nothing on for him. So again he goes back to Alisson. Back out to Trent. Trent to Ibu. Ibu bursts out of defence. Go on, big man. Go on. Keep going, Ibu. Salah slips it. Oh, Diogo. Salah slips it in. It hits Diogo's heel on the way through. Luis Diaz, take a bow, son. Wins the ball back. Well done, Lucho. Liverpool now left side with Maka. Maka tries a shot. It's blocked. But it comes back to Luis Diaz. Back to Alexis McAllister. Virgil. Go on, the boys. Virgil out left side to Costas. Gravenberch. Costas. Maka. Gravenberch again. Pressure comes on him, so it's Virgil. Maka. Ball around the corner for Dom. Back to Maka. It's really good one-touch stuff, this, from Liverpool. Now we move it out to Mohamed Salah. Wide right. Salah. Cuts into the penalty area. Goes past a couple of Newcastle defenders before one of them manages to get a block in and clear the lines. I think it was Miley. Again, Newcastle win a cheap free kick deep inside their own half. (3-2) United, someone saying in the chat. That's mad. Down to 10 men and they're back ahead. Maguire with the goal. Isak has a groin injury, for those asking in the chat, which has ruled him out of the game. He's not even on the bench for Newcastle. 24 minutes on the clock, still 1-0 to Liverpool. Anthony Gordon now in possession for Newcastle. Murphy cuts inside. Newcastle forced back now with Schär, just inside the Liverpool half. Little 1-2 with Tonali. Schär goes out right side where he plays the ball into a bit of space now for Wilson. Oh, excuse me, it wasn't Wilson, it was Anthony Gordon. His cross in is blocked though. Free kick Liverpool. Well done, Diogo. Diogo holds it up on the halfway line. He's been tugged at by Schär and the referee gives the free kick. Left hand side of the pitch. Sun Tzu, thank you for gifting 5 memberships, my friend. Very kind of you. Much appreciated. Free kick. Liverpool go looking for Salah. Wide right. And again, Newcastle get a cheap free kick from Stuart Atwell, which they take 5 yards ahead of the foul. But that's fine. Atwell doesn't need the rules to be adhered to. He's playing on vibes here. Don't be worrying about pesky things like fucking rules or anything. There was a foul throw in as well, by the way, referee, which eventually he gives to Liverpool. How can a professional footballer be foul throwing, like? And the fair play, at least the ref gave it, like, but How can you be a professional footballer and giving away a foul throw in? Henderson said, Otwell making me glance at my tequila bottle. Right, Newcastle now, centre of the park. With Bruno Guimaraes. He slips it in to Jacob Murphy. Oh, ball ricochets to Anthony Gordon. Newcastle now have it left side with Tonali. Still Newcastle. Liverpool have everybody back. Newcastle forced to go back a little bit here. Schär inside the centre circle, centre of the park. Livramento to Murphy. Again, little give and go from him. He puts in a cross. Virgil's there to intercept it, but not very far. Bruno Guimaraes. His attempted ball through his block. Man on, Dom. Man on. Oh, Lou. How many times are our players going to get caught with the ball hitting their own heels? Come on, Lucho. Wakey, wakey. Newcastle now in possession. Wide right. Again with Murphy. Livramento now. Back to Schär. Newcastle keep it in on the far side with Anthony Gordon. Well done, boys. Good defending. Gravenberch now. Salah. Inside looking for Diogo. He's challenged. The referee says fairly. Did you want to see the Liverpool bench, Brian? Sorry, man. When you said earlier on, can we see the bench? I thought you mean literally the cameraman. You want them to go to the bench. No problem, dude. 1 second. Liverpool bench is Kelleher, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Robbo, Kwanzaa. So, Kelleher, Endo, Nunez, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Robbo, Kwanzaa. Liverpool on the attack with Costas. Jesus. Costas summoning his inner Kevin De Bruyne there. With a shot that was closer to the crossbar. Or to the corner flag, sorry. I wish it was closer to the crossbar. Again, Diaz does well, wins the ball back. Keeps it, slips in Costas. And a professional footballer not being able to hit the target from 8 yards out, 10 yards out is embarrassing, to be honest. Yeah, genuinely, Brian, I thought you meant show the cameraman to show the bench. Sorry, mate. Joshua Mark, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my man. So the Reds so far with 71% possession, as we have a throw in now on the far side of the pitch. Trent throws it up the line, but straight to a Newcastle player. Ball played in behind now. Newcastle with Wilson, 1-on-1. Oh, he drags it wide. And that all came from Trent's lazy throw-in, which it was. Watch this. Trent throws the ball, doesn't get near the... Look at this. Doesn't get near the Liverpool target. It's turned over midfield. He's onside, by the way. Callum Wilson, 1-on-1 through, and eventually blast it wide. And it all came from Trent not being arsed, basically. You would have thought Wilson would have done better with that chance, but thankfully he didn't. Right, throw in. This time try and pick out somebody in red, Trent. Red. Nope, straight to a Newcastle player again. Fuck. This is horseshit. Free out. Virgil fouled by Callum Wilson. Trent needs to start waking up and paying attention to what he's doing here. Because that's twice now we've given away possession from 2 throw-ins and Newcastle have created chances from them. Thankfully, Canada and Virgil get their bodies in the way there and win a free out. Kieran Production said Trent doing his famous jog back again. Look, the throw-ins are just being lazy. Allison to Canada. To Salah. Well done, Salah. Keeps the ball, gives to Gravenberch. Gravenberch to Trent. Trent with a lovely ball into the left channel. Excuse me, our right channel. To Mohamed Salah, but Newcastle get defenders back. That was a very well played ball with Trent's left foot, to be fair to him. Again, Newcastle looking to play that ball in behind, but outsteps Alisson Becker and puts in a very good clearance. So, I have had no problem with Trent's open field play here, by the way. I'm not in any way trying to say Trent's having a poor game. I'm just saying those 2 throw-ins gave away possession cheaply. But I think on the field, I've no questions about his play so far. Free kick again to Liverpool here. Is Trent playing bad? No, I don't think he's playing bad at all, man. The only qualms I've had with Trent is the lazy throw-ins. I don't think he's playing bad at all. He's in possession now. Right-hand side for Liverpool. Slips the ball up to Mohamed Salah. Salah goes out. Right-hand side to Dominic Szoboszlai. Back with Trent. Sprays it across to Virgil. Costas now to Lucho, who's had a brilliant first half, by the way. Luis Diaz has been incredible so far this evening. Virgil to Costas. Lucho. Ball infield to Ryan Gravenberch. Back to Lucho. Look at that from Gravenberch. Little drop of the shoulder and he's gone, and then he spins inside and passes it to a Newcastle player. Newcastle looking to counter again. Bruno Guimaraes plays it to Anthony Gordon. Gordon now. He's forced backwards by Virgil van Dijk. Jacob Murphy. Again, Liverpool swarming all over. Gravenberch plays it in behind looking for Salah, but Nick Pope comes out and plays it straight off Mohamed Salah, who luckily for Nick Pope can't keep it in play because it ricochets back off him and goes for a Newcastle goal kick. Unlucky Mo. Oof. Nick Pope got away with one there. Plays it off Mohamed Salah, and luckily for Nick Pope, there's enough pace on the ball that Mo can't keep it in. Throw into Newcastle. Mark's talking about a glitch in the clock. The clock looks fine to me. 34, 53, 54, 55. Looks on the mark to me. King7 said, Gravenberch is gravy on a roast dinner. He's so good. I've not seen anyone protect the ball as well as him. He's brilliant. Our saving grace is the fact that Wilson's so bad at finishing. That'll never run the risk of an unwanted child. I don't know what that means, but good tackle, Trent. Puts it out for Newcastle. Throw in on the far side. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Matthew said, G'day Craig, 4:45 AM here. I see no world where we can get Isak. Dominic! Oh, he nearly made it 2. Oh, unlucky. Ball played. Sorry, Matthew. I'll get back to your super chat in a second, mate. Ball played from Jota to Dominic Szoboszlai, edge of the box. He cuts across it, trying to curl it into the far post. Ooh, just that much wide of the far post. Unlucky Dom. Sorry, we'll go again, Matthew. G'day, Craig. 4:45 AM here. I see no world where we get Isak. John and FSG won't spend in the summer. They're cheap. We all know it, especially when they won't even pay 3 world-class players to keep them. Well, I think with Trent, it's that he wants to go. But I do get your point. I think they've backed themselves into a corner, Matthew, because they've briefed to enough journalists and stuff that there's going to be a lot of money this summer. So, we can only wait and see, my man. But the contracts, mate, I think everybody agrees with you, Matthew. That's just a joke of a situation. Salah, well done, Mo. Look at him. Go on, Mo. Go on, Mo. Still at it. Go on, Mo. You forgot the ball, Mo. Forgot the ball. Newcastle have it now. They run out of pitch on the far side. Liverpool throw in. Well done, boys. McAllister. Oh, unlucky. Tries to thread one through to Mo. Newcastle defend it with Dan Burn. Now it's Bruno Guimaraes. Back to Fabian Schär. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Liverpool lead by a Dominic Szoboszlai goal to 0. Right, folks. If you can, there's 6,000 people in the chat. Do drop a like on the stream. And if you could hit that subscribe button, that'll be hugely appreciated. How's the first half been? There's been a lot of good stuff. But we've been susceptible to a quick ball in over the top as well. 2 Newcastle chances came from Trent throwing the ball straight to a Newcastle player and us turning over possession. But other than that, I can't be displeased with what I've seen. We've created lots of chances. We're lucky not to maybe grab a second. And so far, so good. Right, goal kick to the Reds. Which Virgil rolls across to Ibu. To Trent. Who again gives away possession. This time Trent gets away with it again because the ricochet went through to Alisson Becker. He needs to wake up. Diaz lets the ball roll across his body. Well done, Luis Diaz. Salah now. Curler! Ooh. Unlucky. Good play. Luis Diaz did incredibly well there. Ball played in by Costas. Lets it roll across his body, which opens up part of the pitch. Plays at Mo, edge of the penalty area. Mo tries to curl it with his left boot for that far top corner, but just a little bit too much elevation on the ball and it goes behind for Newcastle goal kick. What am I having for breakfast tomorrow? I don't eat breakfast, mate. I only eat once, 1 45-minute period in a day. And then I drink coffee and water. Virgil. Maka. To Trent. Slips it down the line to Dom. Szoboszlai now. Right hand side. Now back to Gravenberch. Thank you, Matthew, for the update, man. Much appreciated. Still 0-0 at the Forest game. 70 minutes on the clock. Gravenberch now. No pressure on him, so he rolls it across to Canade. Inside the centre circle. Virgil. Out left side to Luis Diaz, who plays a bit of an overhit ball into Diogo Jota, who can't really control it. And then Diaz fouls Tino Livramento, according to Stuart Atwell. And it's a free kick to Newcastle. About 10 yards inside their own half, right-hand side. Bit of breaking news here from Kilo, who said he's farting like there's no tomorrow. Nothing wrong with that, mate. Nothing wrong with it. Who doesn't enjoy a good fart? You eat 2,000 calories in one sitting? No. Did I say I eat 2,000 calories? No. I try to eat about 1,700 now as I'm trying to lose weight. So, no, I don't eat it in one sitting. Because I don't eat 2,000 calories. I've lost about 2.5 stone so far over the last few months, but I have a lot more to go. Right. Newcastle go long with this free kick. Virgil, that's a foul that well. Fucking hell. And it is given. Virgil fouled, free kick Liverpool inside their own penalty area. Dan Burn goes up, goes leaping straight into Virgil, knocks him off balance. Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, running down the wing. 5 attempts in the match for the Reds, 1 on target, 1 shot for Newcastle, none on target. Salah now spins out with Hall, who gets a challenge in, and it will be a Liverpool throw-in on the far side. Craig, did you hear United have stopped the meals for players? They'll be offered a piece of fruit. That's not true, Karen. The players still get their food. It's the rest of the staff that don't get the free lunches or anything anymore. The players do get their meals, though. But the rest of the staff, as you've rightly said, just get fruit. Which is shocking, Karen. What he's doing to that club is absolutely... It's despicable, quite frankly. Somebody who's a sir running the club and treating hard-working people in that way because of the mistakes of executives up above them. It's a shock. It's a shocker, honestly. You know, I don't have much sympathy for United and their fans and many things, but they're good, normal, hard-working people that are being messed over there, and their families, and I have no time for it. He should be ashamed of himself. Canade now. Trent. Gravenberch. He's dispossessed. Referee says fairly. Newcastle now trying to play out. Diogo Jota gives chase. I think it's something like £1 billion that has been spent on Manchester United servicing that debt of the Glazers. That has increased since they've taken over the club. It's an absolute joke. But them's Manchester United problems. Right, free kick to Liverpool. Pretty much on the halfway line here. Arne Slot getting ready to leg it down to the dressing room. Costas to Virgil. Soboslai. Costas again. Wins the Liverpool a throw-in. We're into the final minute of regular time here at the end of the first half. Still Liverpool 1, Newcastle 0. Virgil. Looking for a passing opportunity. Nothing there, so he goes to Costas, who again leaves Virgil short, and Virgil's forced into a hurried pass. Costas has left our players short on 2 or 3 occasions with his lazy passing. And now Newcastle have the ball and Liverpool are getting into a defensive structure. Again, just unnecessary. Well done, Diogo. Keep fighting for the ball. Well done, my man. Anthony Gordon now. Back to Shar. 1 minute added on. 1 minute at the end of the first half. Arne now gets ready to leg it down to the dressing room, which of course he is allowed in at half time. So he'll know they have a couple of things to say. Good challenge. Good challenge, Maka. Throw into Newcastle inside their own half, and they throw it back to Fabian Schär. Centre of the park now with Tonali. Back to Schär. He goes long diagonally looking for a ball in over Trent's head, which Trent jumps over. And then wins the ball back. Well done, Trent. Misjudged the leap there, Trent, but does get back into position to win the ball back. Newcastle have it again, though. Left side here with Tonali. Bruno Guimaraes. And the ref blows up for half-time. And at half-time at Anfield, it is Liverpool 1, Newcastle 0. That goal coming courtesy of Dominic Szoboszlai's left foot. So there we are, half time. The Reds leading by 1-0. I'll take that, ladies and gents. I'll take that. Again, as we are at half time, just a quick reminder and a quick thank you to our sponsors, Manscaped. Check out the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra all-in-one men's grooming kit, or perhaps the Chairman Pro Package face shaving kit, and get yourself 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping store-wide at manscaped.com with our code Anfield20, which you can also use, by the way, in the Beard and Balls bundle, if that's your choice as well. Right, let's get into the chat and see how everyone's feeling at half time. He's Dutch, he's red, he's got a shiny head, he's on a slot, he's on a slot. Love that. Love that comment in the chat. What's my one though? He's Irish, he's bald, he's defo not a fraud. Craigie boy! It's bad when you're making up your own songs, isn't it? Right, Elks. How are you, bro? Let me just cancel that and get your comment up, my man. 1 second. Elks, thank you, man, for being a member with us for 9 months. Said, relentless attacking, love the balls we're playing. Craig, congratulations on the weight loss. Thank you. My wife struggles big time. Got any tips, mate? I feel so bad for her. She tries so hard. So, here's what I've done. I've kept eating some of the foods I like, even some of the crap ones, but less of it. I know it sounds simple, but I cut out one thing every few weeks, and I calorie count. I also drink lots of water. I drink about 3 litres of water a day. Drink lots of coffee. And yeah, just try to not feel like I'm depriving myself of anything, if that makes sense. Look, I feel bad about my own weight gain. I was 12 stone 3 at one point after being 20 stone. And then lost all that weight. Then COVID came along, lockdown came along, and I piled it all back on. So, you know, I appreciate your kind words, but I shouldn't have ever let myself get back to the weight gain. So, you know, I want to make sure that I lose it to be here for my kids and grandkids, you know. Connor said, calorie counting and daily weighing is the only thing that worked for me. I agree with the daily weighing thing, 100%. I know people say to weigh yourself once or twice a week, but every morning for me, get up, go for a pee, weigh myself, and make sure I'm accountable to myself. Calorie deficit it's the best. I know it sounds so simplistic, but everyone in the chat that's saying it is right. Calorie deficit's the way to go. Right, let's get into it. Forest, Arsenal, so boring. Why do these teams only play out their skin against us? I don't know. 200 mil for Isak and Lewis Hall. Yes, please. It's so much money though, isn't it? Like, Lewis Hall's a good player, no denying that. He looked very good there tonight again. He's playing well against Mo. But man, when you just say these numbers out loud, it sounds crazy. Do you weigh yourself pre or post pee? Post, obviously. Every single ounce that can come off. Yeah, definitely post. Can I have a shout out? It's my birthday. Yes, Looney. Of course you can. Happy birthday, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. Marty said, been struggling with weight my whole life, emotion, eating and drinking. Turns out I had ADHD and I was chasing dopamine. Lost 15 kilos since being on meds. Proud of you, Marty. Well done, my man. I emotionally, 100%. You know, I used to look at the shitty food as the payoff for my hard day's work, you know. So I totally understand emotionally eating, my man. I definitely can sympathise with you on that one. Obviously, I don't have ADHD, but appreciate you sharing your story, my friend. Elmer said, do you think there's a higher chance of Chiesa coming on at some stage or Michael Oliver to ref a fair game? I'd hope it's Chiesa to come on, Elmer. Yeah, I hope it's Chiesa to come on. Can I shout out James? Of course I can, Steve. James, how are you, my friend? Thank you for watching. Right. So, ladies and gents, while I have you here at half-time, I'm very excited about this. So, our end-of-season live show, our party at the Hot Water Comedy Club is now on sale. And you can get your tickets with the link that's pinned to the top of the chat and the description of the stream. We're going to be there 3 days after the final game of the season for a night celebrating the greatest team in the world. And we're going to have an Anfield Agenda reunion on the night. I'm going to be interviewed for the first time ever live on a stage. So if you want to come along and see me squirm or have some fun with us, it'll be a good night. We can promise you that much. Again, tickets are priced at £20, and we do appreciate your support. That's our home, by the way. It feels like home now, the Hot Water Comedy Club over in Liverpool. They always make us feel so welcome when we're over there. And it's a fantastic venue. Anybody who's been to one of the shows will tell you that. It's a cracking place. They've got like 8-10 different food outlets, 3-4 different theatres. It's just brilliant. It's a great night out. Live music as well. Not from us, but at the venue every night. Best player in the first half. I would have to say Luis Diaz for me, Owen. I think Lucho's had an incredibly good first half. Both our centre-backs have done well as well, Virgil and Ibu. Not convinced by Costas at left-back. He's done some good stuff going forward, but a few lazy passes. On the other side, I think Trent has played well. Don't like him giving away possession from throw-ins, but other than that, I think he's played pretty well. Dominic Szoboszlai has had another really good... In fact, the entire midfield has had a very good first half. I think Gravenberg's done well as well. Joshua Beat said, got me tickets for the final today. Not at all jealous. Nah, man, I'm delighted for you. Enjoy it. Craig, who do you think would replace VVD if he chooses to leave Liverpool at the end of this season? There isn't somebody. You know, I like the idea of bringing in Huijsen, but you need him a year or two to bed in for me before he's fully ready to take up the mantle. And he needs to fill out a little bit as well. But there is nobody, I would say, right now that we could bring in that would do what Virgil does, which makes it even more important that we do get that contract sorted. You get interviewed every night by thousands of people. You got this. Yeah, Leon, but I told them I don't want to know the questions. I want it to be no holds barred. Ask me anything, and we'll have some fun. What else we got? Jota is doubting himself, said Dennis. I don't think he's played bad, Diogo, by any stretch, but I do understand where you're coming from. Gravenberg has been amazing, said Pickle Rick. Let's run through some of the numbers there, actually, in the first half. So possession-wise, as you can see, Liverpool have had 64% possession to Newcastle's 36%. Shots, 5 for Liverpool, just the one on target, and that was the goal. 1 shot for Newcastle, none on target. Dangerous attacks, 31 for the Reds, 19 for Newcastle. Corners, would you believe we haven't had a corner in the game yet? That's nuts. No corners in the first half. Total passes, Liverpool with 314 with an 89% pass accuracy percentage. Newcastle 177 passes, 84% pass accuracy percentage. And there you go, that's pretty much it. The main score though, or the main thing you need to know is the scoreboard, which is Liverpool 1, Newcastle 0 as we sit here. I teach English to adults and sometimes I have 20 people looking at me. You just have to think nobody will care in 100 years. So I'll let you in on a secret, which probably isn't too much of a secret. When we first start doing these live shows, it used to scare the shit out of me to do them. And then one day, it was the first Liverpool show. So we'd done a show in Cardiff and then we went to Liverpool a few days later. And something clicked in my head just before I started the show in Liverpool. And I thought to myself, people are here because they want you to do well. They're here because for some reason they enjoy what you have to say. So lean into it. And since then, I look forward to the shows rather than feeling scared of them, because the experiences I've had meeting people have only been amazing. And I start off every show with a little Arne slot, la 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 as well. Josh said, up the Reds. Now you're going to believe us. Darn tootin', my friend. Darn tootin'. Craig, what would you prefer? A lass wearing sexy underwear or full Liverpool kit? On the lass, underwear, mate. I'm not going to lie to you. To know what do I want the missus to walk into the room in, sexy underwear or a Liverpool kit? Yeah, come on now. Craig, would you go to the bus parade at the end of the season? No, And the reason being, we're over in Liverpool. The bus parade will probably be, unless we're in the Champions League final, but if you're doing it for the league, it'll probably be the Monday, which will be May the 26th. And our live show is in Liverpool on May the 28th. And we put it at that date for a reason. We thought, well, look, the league title, the last game of the season, Sunday the 25th. The Champions League final is the following Saturday. So we thought, let's bang the live show straight in the middle of that week on the Wednesday. And it was a gamble because we booked this show about 2 months ago. And we were like, please, God, do this league title, please. Because we wanted to party and celebrate with everybody, which is the plan. So again, if you want to come and see us, the tickets are on sale right now. Everyone you can see there on the screen will be there on the night. Myself, Steve Bland, Chris Stonage, Connor Crosby, and of course Jack Gill, or as you might know him better, Jack 6-0 Gill. Not to be negative, said Murphy, but why are we so bad at throw-ins? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's always the Newcastle player who meets it. And we had a throw-in coach. This is what baffles me. So many times in that first half, we turned over possession, as you've said, Mervyn, from lazy throw-ins. Yeah, I don't know. But I agree with you. It's probably one of the only negatives we can really pull from that first half. And if any of our moderators want to come to the show, there's a free ticket for every moderator if they'd like to come. I've already sent some out to Mark. I have to get your ticket over to you, actually. So yeah, again, as a thank you to our moderators, their tickets are always free. So if moderators want to come, your tickets are on us. No one's moving for throw-ins. Just expect Costas Trent will do some magic. Devon said, will 100% try my best to come. Oh, we'd love to see you, my man. And again, it is an all ages event, as long as you don't mind a bit of swearing, because there will be. Can't believe no corner, said Sean Lamb. Yeah, it's not often, man. You're going to see a game with no corners in the first half. Corners are something that fascinate me in games of football. You watch some games this season, we've had 14, 15, 16 corners. And then you see other games and there's no corners in it. And in a game like today where there's been end-to-end action in it, it is mad to me that there's no corner. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it is an interesting little stat. Did you hear about Michael O'Sullivan? You're going to have to give me a bit more information on that, because I'm not getting it at the minute, man. So I don't know what that is, or what the situation is. What did you think about Salah and the penalty incident? I think, look, whatever happens, you know, whether you think it was a penalty or not, it wasn't a free kick. Like, how he ends up giving a free out there was beyond me. Michael said, Chicago in the house, Craig. Go Reds. Welcome in, my friend. So I'm still figuring out whether I can sort out my visa to go to America. Because, you know, the plan would be to go over there to Florida with the family next year early and maybe do a little meet up over there. But I need to make sure I can get the visa to go to America first. Craig, what are the amount of games the Premier League should get a medal? I think 5 sounds about right. I know that Federico Chiesa is at a very big risk of not getting a medal because of a lack of appearances. Yeah, so... Stargirl, how are you, my friend? Said, I'm lucky with my health. My friend is a health advisor. People who struggle with weight loss can be attributed to mental health, which is a disease. Don't feel embarrassed. The NHS has free advice. So yeah, look, I would say that my mental health and my weight are linked. I would think that's a fair shout, Stargirl. I definitely comfort eat. No problem admitting that one. And yeah, as you said, helps out there. And simple as it sounds, calorie deficit is the way to go. Right, ladies and gents, we're about to go underway in the second half. A very quick reminder that we are being brought to you with thanks to our sponsors, Manscaped. Check out the Chairman Pro Package face shaving kit or anything else at manscaped.com and treat yourself to 20% off and free shipping with a code Anfield20, or scan the QR code in the bottom corner. How do you feel we'll do in the Champions League this season? It's tough to gauge. I'd be disappointed if we don't get to a semi. Look, let's be honest. We're all disappointed if we don't get a semi. But yeah, I think semi is probably my minimum expectation or hope. Right, we're about to get underway with the second half. Remember, the Reds will be attacking the Cop end. Arne Slot would have had the opportunity to have a word with the boys because his touchline ban doesn't extend to the changing room. Is this the Carabao Cup? No, this is the league. The Carabao Cup final will be at Wembley, and that's March 16th. Right, second half about to get underway. Liverpool attacking the Cop end. Newcastle about to kick us off. And we are underway. Kevin, how are you, mate, over in Pennsylvania? Lovely to see you. Right, McAllister goes back to Canade, who's forced into a bit of a longer clearance here into midfield. Newcastle win the initial ball. Callum Wilson has it. Again, Newcastle trying to play their way through, and we've given them a free kick in a very shootable position. Free kick given away here, pretty much right on the edge of the D. Maybe 2-3 yards behind the D in the edge of the penalty area. Very, very central. I'll sync up as soon as this free kick's dealt with, but it's in a decent shootable position here for Newcastle. Right, we're coming up to 46, so 46 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right, Alisson setting his wall. Gordon and Fabian Schär both over it. Liverpool have a 4-man wall with a player lying behind the wall. Alisson giving the right hand side of his goal, and Anthony Gordon fires it straight into the wall. I think it hit Szoboszlai in the face though, so we are going to be seeing a stop in play here as Dominic took that one flush in the face. And we can't be having that beautiful face all messed up. But well done, Dom. Wall did its job. Fair play. Is Slot's ban just for the Prem? Yeah, it is, Kieran. It'll be for this game, and then it'll be for the Southampton game. Dylan Lord Bunn, all the way from New Zealand. Much love, my man. Thank you for watching. If you haven't, do hit that subscribe button for me though, and drop a like on the stream. We're nearly at 2,000 likes. Johnny hiding here, just having a little word. Dom's okay, getting back up to his feet. He did take a flush in the face, by the way. But he's back up and he's okay. Well done, Dom. The wall did its job. Right, referee's going to drop ball, and it'll be straight with Alisson. Right, and we're back on the way. Right, Alisson has the ball. Right, here we go. Is Slot allowed an early piece to talk to the bench? He was allowed into the dressing room at half time. Trent now. Well done, Trent. Well done, Ryan. Newcastle in the second ball though. Played over the top. Will they be able to keep it in? Just about with Willock. Gordon. Another cross in. Flicked on. Goal kick pointed from the referee. Oh, cut here to the eye of Callum Wilson. Him and Virgil collided. There's a cut on the eye here of Callum Wilson. Cross in from Gordon. Virgil and Callum Wilson go for it. It comes off both of them. Off Virgil's back and then behind. But Callum Wilson has a cut over his right eye. So it's all over at the City Ground. It finished Forest 0, Arsenal 0. So if Liverpool win this game, I don't want to hear any more. I'm not saying it yet. If we win this game, come on now, we're partying a full time. So 0-0, Forest Arsenal. That's donezoed. So if my maths is right, we're currently 12 points clear. With Arsenal, is it 13? I thought it was 12. No, is it 13? 13, is it? 13. Cool, 13, that works. 13, there you go. I'll take that. So if they win the game in hand, it's 10. Bingo. Job's a good one. Whose fault is it though? You know, it's all very well and good telling me it finished 0-0, but that doesn't matter. The scoreline doesn't matter in Arsenal games. I need to know what the deserve to win-o-meter said, because that's the real indication. Until we see the deserve to win-o-meter, you know, nothing else matters. Callum said nobody can say Liverpool aren't the winners now. Appreciate you, man. Callum, you've been a gent, mate, throughout the last couple of weeks, so thank you. We're still, by the way, Callum Wilson still getting a bit of treatment here, and understandably so. He did open up his right, just above his right eyebrow. Thankfully, Callum Wilson's back up on his feet and gone over to the sideline here. Bit of the old Vaseline on, and thankfully him and Virgil are okay. Patrick says, Champions, Champions, ole, ole, ole. Well, look, we got to win this game first, mate. You know, we still have a job to do here. But again, it's more drop points from Arsenal. They've dropped 5 points in the last 2 games. But, you know, Arteta's given it Billy Big Bollocks with the over my dead body. No, over your dead goal scorer, Mikel. Anyway, we're back on the way here. Canade. Gravenberch. Virgil. How does it feel watching the Premier League champions, ladies and gentlemen? Come on now. We've conquered all of Europe, we're never gonna stop. From Paris down to Turkey, we've won the feckin' lot. Bob Paisley and Bill Shankly, the fields of Anfield Road. We are all supporters and we come from everywhere. Ale, 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 ale. Where can I buy your chair? I bought it on Amazon, mate. If you want to email me, I will happily send you the link. Connor bought one. Lee Gunner, I think, wants to buy one as well. They're really comfy, I'll say that. And they've got a footrest as well. So, actually, do you know what? I might throw out the footrest. I've never used it on a stream. 1 second. So, yeah, you've got me relaxing now with the footrest out. For a watch-along. Oh, the joys. I think it was about €300, I think. No, I feel more comfortable without the footrest, lads. I'm not a lounging type of person. Cross in. Virgil heads it away. Maka then. He misses the ball. Newcastle have it with Tonali. Tries to slip it through. Grafenberg gets a block in, but still Newcastle's ball. Come on, boys. Get the second. Put this game to bed. Cross in. Again, Virgil's there to clear it. Jota. That's a foul. Jota plays it off to Costas. Costas bravely clears the ball, knowing he's about to get clattered. That better be a yellow card. Atwell had best get the yellow out here, because Costas, fair play, made sure he got his clearance, but yeah, you knew the foul was coming. No yellow again. This referee, man. No yellow again. That's shocking. Shocking. And now you're going to believe us. Now you're going to believe us. Thank you, Henderson. I love being a part of this community, yours and LFC. Well, it's a pleasure having you with us, Blizzard. Thank you for your support. Henderson said, we've got no money. We've played nobody. Everyone wants to leave. We still won the league. Yep. And as you also said, Henderson, my friend, and now they're going to believe us. Where can I email you for the chair? contact@AnfieldAgenda.com. contact@AnfieldAgenda.com. Again, Newcastle attacking. Ball played through over the top and goes straight through to Alisson. Canade. Ali. Out to Virgil. Liverpool trying to play their way out here. Costas goes up the line. Ball goes out for a Newcastle throw in. And now a Newcastle free kick. McAllister barges through the back. Lads, we all are going to admit now, Mo's washed. Can't believe he hasn't scored in 56 minutes. Don't give him a contract. He's washed. Mo's finished, lads. Hasn't scored in 56 minutes. Come on. John will be taking that seriously, going, yeah, even that Anfield Agenda guy, he's like, fuck Mo. Cross in. Again, Liverpool are there to head it away. Szoboszlai this time. Diaz. What's Arsenal deserve to win our meter saying now? Treble. Treble, mate. That's what it's saying. Treble. United won 3-2 against Ipswich. I mean, well done. Well done. 3-2 against Ipswich. Gone life and death with the teams down the bottom of the Prem, but that's their level now, isn't it? By the way, I apologise for my horrendous impressions. I'm not an impressionist, obviously. I'm not good at those things, but I gave it my best. That's my best, John W. Henry. Virgil. Out left side to Costas. To Lucho. Back to Costas. Oh, apparently I'm getting some praise for the impression. I mean, look, fair enough, thank you, but yeah, I'm terrible. I'm that type of person. If I go on holidays, if I went away to Northern Ireland for a week, I'd come back speaking with a Northern Irish accent. Just ask me, missus, honestly. I pick up the twang of wherever I am, but I can't do an impression. Are Arsenal playing tonight? They were, Zach. They drew 0-0 with Forest. So Liverpool now, as we sit here, 13 points clear. Cody Gakpo getting stripped off. Similar physique to myself there, Cody. He's getting stripped off and ready to come on. Trent, Szoboszlai. Hall tries to play it forward for Newcastle, but puts it straight out of play. It'd be another Liverpool throw-in. Thank you for the kind words. Right, almost at the hour mark. Trent, you're playing in red, remember, mate. Red. You're looking for somebody in red. Red, Trent. Yeah, there you go. Even if you have to go backwards, keep possession. Gravenberch. He goes looking for Lucho. Newcastle defend it though with Livramento. And then Dom steps in to win it. He's fouled. Referee, come on. Are you ever going to bring out the card? No, apparently it's just foul-a-palooza. But well done. Again, Dominic Soboslai. Quadruple, Craig. Remember, the ball was the problem in the Carabao Cup. Yeah, I think Jacko, the deserve to win meter will probably say they should be in the Club World Cup as well. You know, representing the European royalty that they are at Arsenal. Do you know what I don't understand? I have lots of time for a good few Arsenal fans who are actually decent, like the likes of Lee Gunner and whatnot, and our friend in the chat who comes in and very kindly, you know, says positive stuff about Liverpool. But I don't know where they get the sense of arrogance from. They've won a league title in 20 years. They've never won a European Cup. And they act as if they should be spoken about in the same breath as Real Madrid. Trent overhits the free kick straight into the arms of Nick Pope. Mike said, don't worry, Craig. Arsenal have 4 times more deep touches. Well, that's what it's all about. You know, that and the zone 15. You know, if it's not about deep touches in zone 15. Looking forward to smashing Arsenal at Anfield, said LFC Tom. There was a really good tweet the other day, and I really apologise I don't have the guy's name to hand at the minute. Maybe I do still have it. Let me check. Because he said, I know how Arsenal are going to line up at Anfield. 2 banks of 10 either side as Liverpool walk onto the pitch. Spot on. Spot on. We're overlooking something about Arsenal. They're the only team to ever have injuries in the history of world football. Yep. That's, you know, you can't argue with the truth. Doesn't matter that those injuries came about because the manager played Saka too much and wore him down and would try and burn him out at such a young age. But, you know, it is what it is. The irony of us having our backup goalkeeper playing that game while the best goalkeeper in the world was injured seems to be lost. Right, free kick Newcastle inside their own half. 62 minutes nearly on the clock at Anfield. Diogo Jota was the one to make way for Cody Gakpo as Luis Diaz goes through the centre. Well done, Trent. Lovely little back heel then from Dom into the path of Trent. Go on, Trent. Giddy up. Jesus, fuck this dude, man. This time Trent decides to pass it straight to a Newcastle player. I give up, man. I give up. Maka, hit it. Go on, hit it. Salah. Pulls it back. Strike. 2-0. 2-0. Little sexy Maka. 2-0. Whoop whoop. Alexis McAllister with the assist from Mohamed Salah. Liverpool 2. Newcastle 0. I can taste that trophy. Nom 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 nom. 2-0. Whoop whoop. Goals from midfield today, Maka and Dom. There you go. With the assist from Mohamed Salah as well. What a day. What a day. Oh, what a night. Late December back in 63. Go on. 2-0. Maka starts the attack as well. Drives towards the Newcastle penalty area. Pulls it back to Mo. Goes one way, then the other. Plays it back to Alexis. And he side foots it right across into the far corner. 2-0. Bing bang bosh. Job's a good one. Oh, 2-0. Callum said, thank you for the kind words. And the Arsenal fans you're referring to aren't proper fans. They're social media mouthpieces. You know what, mate? I agree with you. Because most of the Arsenal fans I know, like genuinely know, are very realistic. And, you know, people like your good self, Callum, and many others get drowned out by these idiots. Newcastle now on the attack. Oof. No offside flag there, but Liverpool managed to clear the lines. Honestly, Callum, it's been a pleasure, man, chatting with you over the past while. And yeah, I wish more reasonable Arsenal fans like yourself got the limelight instead of these clowns who are just, as you said, not representing your fan base fairly. Jace, how are you, bro? Jace said, and Jace Morris, another assist for Salah. What's that, 16, 17? Do I support the idea of helping people who are getting bullied on social media? Do I support it? Well, what do you think, Val? As somebody who's been absolutely harassed on social media, probably as much as, if not more than a lot of other content creators, of course, I will stand up for anybody who's been bullied. Absolutely. Nobody should have to put up with some of the shit that gets thrown at people. Getting doxed, phone numbers leaked. Of course I stand with those people. Soboslai. Dylan Adams. Salah's now the only Premier League player ever to assist in 6 consecutive games against one opponent. I mean, the stats just keep coming. That's crazy. Thank you, Dylan, for that one. Nick said, I see Netflix FC drew against Forest. Arsenal don't care about winning. They just like participation medals. That's nuts now. That is nuts. 17 assists for the great man this season. 17. Carl Walsh said, now you're going to believe us. We're winning the league. Gets in. Look, we've got to see out this game. It's football and a lot can happen in 25 minutes. But I don't want to hear any, I'm not ready to say we're going to win the league now. We're 13 points clear of Arsenal with 10 games to go, 11 for them. And they've dropped 5 points in the last 2 games. They ain't winning shit. The league title is on its way back to Anfield. The only trophy Arsenal won is the Stay Humble A trophy, said Soul Killer. And thank you, mate, for being a member with us. What a night, boys. What a night. Yes. That league table, look at it. Oh, it looks good. And 12 goal difference as well. Salah now. Go on, Mo. Go on. Hit it. Unlucky, Mo. Corner, is it? Corner. First corner of the game. Unlucky, Mo. Unlucky. All we need is a Mo goal now for him to carry on this golden assist in games, man. What a season from the great man. Hey, man. Just for the banter, I hope Barcelona beat you in the final and break your hearts. By the way, Arsenal's crap. Salah for the Ballon d'Or. Look, if we get to a final and it's against Barca, it'd be a good final. And look, obviously, I don't want my heart broken there, but I'm just so proud of this season. I didn't expect it, which makes it all the sweeter. And that was the first corner of the game that was absolutely wasted as we tried to go short with it. And Costas and Diaz make a mess of it. And eventually, though, Costas and Diaz track back and win the free kick. So well done, boys, on that one. Newcastle about to make a quadruple change here. Trippier, Harvey Barnes, Young Miley, and I don't know who the other one is. Can you say to Jacob Garrett to shush? Jacob, mate. Shh. Thank you, Zizzy. I'm sorry, Jacob, but you know, you pay the super chat. Incoming Arteta excuse saying the pitch was the wrong shade of green. Yep. Again, though, the deserve to win on meter is what the Premier League are really looking for here, Alex. Where's Newlon? Oh, Newlon's off. He's on a mad one now. He's legged it. A few minutes ago I looked and he wasn't there. He's off. I think he's running over to mock Arteta. You know, so if you see an alien running up to Arteta and laughing in his face, it's our boy. 'Tis Newlon. And by the way, no Newlon, no party t-shirts now available. I'm going to be wearing one of those, I think, at the live show. So treat yourself. And if you're a member, don't forget you can get 10% off as well. You asked us for some Anfield Agenda merch. We delivered. Oh, lads, I'm so happy. Honestly. Stevie J, how are you, my friend? Which game do you think could be the game we officially win the title? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But either way, I'm just incredibly, some smile now, Craig. I'm not very good at smiling, Brendan. I don't have a very smiley head, to be honest. But I'm just so proud because I did not expect this at the start of the season. I'd be a liar if I said to you I expected Liverpool to win the league. I did not. But wow, just so proud. Nessie, so much for Arteta saying over my dead body. Yep. Yep, you're right. Look, they talk a big game, but they don't have the Lee Roadie, as we say here in Ireland, for it. 20 times, are you watching Manchester? Said Henderson. Yep. It really will just be fantastic, won't it? Level with them on league titles. Obviously more European Cups. Most successful club in English football history. And most importantly, Arne Bloody Slot, on his first season as Liverpool manager, has come in and masterminded this. Shout out to Jurgen, of course, before him, but just incredible season. Arne Slot, la 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 la. Arne Slot, la 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 la. He's a centre half. He's a number 4. Watch him defend and we watch him score. He'll pass the ball, calm as you like. Who is he? He's Virgil van Dijk. He's Virgil van Dijk. Oh! Salah almost slips one through to Trent as well, who's making the third man run and just a little bit over hit. Arsenal fans make up for their team's failure by having PhDs in Arsenal stats for each player to convince you it's crazy they're not top. Some of the absolute horsey poo-poo stats that they've tried to come up with, Khalil, have been hilarious. They've even come up with one, Khalil, and I'm sure you've seen it, which was they couldn't say they had the most injuries, so they went with they have the highest value, the highest projected value of players injured. Any nonsensical bullshit stat that those little incels can come up with, they find a way. It's incredible, other than just saying fair play, we weren't good enough. Do you think if Klopp stayed we would be where we are? I don't know, man. I don't know. Salah is playing with a big smile on his face. Almost set up Lucho there for a third. Salah plays a lovely outside of the football across. Lucho comes sliding in at the far post. Just can't get the angle right and it goes just a little bit wide of the goal. Bro, focus on the match. I'm trying to enjoy myself, mate. I get it. I'm trying to keep you up to date, but fuck me, I want to have a good time as well. Newcastle on the gallop down the left-hand side. Plus, I've had loads of super chats to read out, which has distracted me. Bruno Guimaraes spreads it across, right-hand side. So, Salah now with 17 assists, the most in the Prem this season. 7 ahead of Damsgaard, Anthony Robinson and Saka. Be lovely if the boys can work to keep this clean sheet as well. Cross in here from Newcastle. Trent heads it away, edge of the box, drops to Hull. He's forced backwards. Nearly 74 minutes on the clock. Craig, it's your show, do whatever you want. No, to be fair to that person, I did say I was going to try stick to comms as much as possible today, but I'm getting a little bit excited, to be honest, and getting carried away. Hull to Anthony Gordon. Grafenberg steps in to help Anthony Gordon, goes for the byline. Trent gets the block in. Well done, Trent. Corner to Newcastle. Right, Newcastle's first corner of the game. In front of their own fans. Left hand side, Anthony Gordon to take it. Looks like it's going to be an in-swinger with his right foot. Gives the signal. Corner in. Van Dijk's there, of course he is, to head it away. Second ball back in. Hooked away by Ryan Gravenberch. Another ball back in by Newcastle. Again, hooked away by Ryan Gravenberch. Gordon, again wide area, puts in a deep cross. Allison comes out and catches it. That's my goalkeeper. Catching them, Ali, well in. And then shoves a quick one out as well to start the counter. As much as I talk bad on the board sometimes, they pulled a masterclass and bringing in Slot. I'd never heard of him prior to us having links to him. So I heard of him for the first time about 12, 18 months ago when Spurs were looking at him. So Endo and Kwanzaa about to come on. I heard of him about 12-ish months ago when Spurs were looking at him. And I started to look into him then. And it always felt like he was going to have a big move. He turned down the opportunity at Chelsea, Leeds. I think it was Chelsea, Leeds and Spurs before obviously coming to Liverpool. So yeah, like myself, I've had a pop at FSG for many things. But you can't argue with their managerial choices. And that of Hughes and Edwards as well, of course. But they don't get a pass on the contracts. Right, so 76 on the clock. Free kick to Newcastle, but here comes the double Liverpool change. Ryan Gravenberch coming off to be replaced by Wataru Endo. And are we going to see Trent come off? Yep, Trent coming off as well. To be replaced by Jarell Kwanzaa. Well done, the boys. Gareth, I noticed that about Curtis Jones as well. You're spot on. You said Curtis Jones, nothing but smiles. He was. I noticed that on the bench behind, man. He was beaming. Big beaming smile on his face. So Newcastle go deep with the free kick. Liverpool have cleared the first ball. Second one breaks out now with Murphy. He's challenged. Second ball's with Newcastle. Matthew Hoxton said, humble pie eating time. I also laughed when hearing Mo a few months back saying, I'm not in my prime yet, but who could argue with him this season? He's undeniable this season, Matthew, as you've rightly said. Oh, here we go. Go on, hit it. Oh, unlucky Gakpo. Unlucky. Good ball threaded into him. He probably should have hit it first time. He didn't. He dwelt on it and Newcastle got bodies back. I don't think anybody, Matthew, expected Mo to quite perform as well as he has this season. It's been, like many have said in the chat, a privilege to watch him. Because at this moment in time, we are watching the best player in the world, quite simply. Right, Newcastle still pushing forward. Ball in the centre circle with Dan Burn. Goes out to Hull. Up to Anthony Gordon, who switched sides in the second half. He was operating mainly down the right side in the first half. Second half, they've switched him over to try and have some joy against Trent. Now, Jarell Kwanzaa on the right side. What a night. What a night. By the way, shout out again, over 7,000 people in the chat. If you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, we hope you're enjoying the content. Do hit the button if you get a chance, and of course drop a like as well. Another corner to Newcastle. Remember, we've no game for a week after tonight. No, the FA Cup games this weekend. We're out. So Arne will probably get a chance to give the boys a couple of days off before the tie over in PSG next Wednesday. Gordon with the in-swinger. Again, it's headed away by Liverpool. Liverpool player down inside their own penalty area. But Salah's on the counter now. He's been dragged back. Referee plays an advantage. And eventually this will be a yellow. He cannot not give a yellow here. And he does. Matthew said, yeah, FSG won't give Mo what he deserves. Cheap. I think, Matthew, there's no choice at this point but to give the man his dough. Same with Virgil. Murphy here trying to pull Mo back, but Mo too strong. Then he has a second go with him, and eventually referee brings it back for a free kick and a yellow card for Jacob Murphy. Has anybody else got one of these, by the way? The Ninja Thirsty bottles. They're class. I'm a freak for Ninja stuff. Thank you, Matt Clay. Appreciate you, bro. Ooh, unlucky. Free kick played in. Kwanzaa comes sliding in at the far post. Just can't quite get connection on it, and it goes behind for goal kick. Craig, there are more people in your chat now than most lower league football grounds. That's mad to think about. I dare not think about the numbers, mate, to be honest with you, because they scare the bejesus out of me. Virgil does well, keeps it in. I often just look at it and go, if every one of them people subscribed, what a day it would be. Because we are, what, 360 away from 302,000. It's crazy. Mac is holding his arse here at the minute. Well, it's top of his leg / his peachy little bottom. Oh yeah, he got a studs to the old bum bum bum. PSG's winning 7-0. Imagine how disappointing it's going to be for them then when they don't score against us. Nessie, what an upgrade we got for the number 8 shirt. Oh, finally, Nessie, somebody who is living up to that number 8 shirt. And I think we still haven't seen the best of Dominic Szoboszlai, Nessie. That's the scary thing. As Anne said, do a live stream watching the Champions League final if we get there. I mean, go to Munich. I'd rather be here. You know, I'd love to go to the final, but I won't be. But I'd rather be here doing a watch along with everybody and sharing the final if we get there with everybody in here. You know, that's always my my aim, is to be around my community and enjoy it together. I think my days of going to games are going to be extremely limited in the future because this is my job and these are my peeps. I know, cringy as a 43-year-old man saying that, but honestly, I fucking love our community. Again, Costas to Virgil. We're inside the last 7 minutes now. Liverpool working it down the left side with Cody Gakpo. Tries to thread it through to Diaz. Intercepted though by Newcastle. As Izzy said, what's your thoughts on Macclesfield? I don't know much about Macclesfield, to be honest, mate. Oh, Szoboszlai slips it into Salah. Salah still with the ball. He's dragged wide though. Back to Kwanzaa. Yeah, I don't know much about Macclesfield, to be honest. I can't wait now for a live show though. You're the coolest 43-year-old Liverpool fan I know. I'll take that, Sam. Look, I'm never going to grow up, Sam. I'm a big child at heart. I can't wait for our end of season party now, knowing that there's going to be a title winning team and we're going to get to celebrate that. I can't wait. I'm so excited to meet everyone again. Canade. Kwanzaa. Quality Channel said Lewis Burnell, watch every match. Or Lewis Burrell, sorry Lewis, getting your name wrong first time. That means a lot, my friend, thank you. This is what gets me about our club, by the way. Like, I'm talked about and like I'm some toxic little arsehole because I call out FSG, but I love this club so much and its fans and the city of Liverpool. It breaks my heart that I'm cast out just because I speak up. But you know what? I've got the next best thing. I've got my community and wouldn't change it. Love you guys to bits. Stargirl said, with the experience Mo's had with Chelsea, playing in Italy, and the way he helps the younger players, I think he could be a good manager. Never really thought about that, to be honest, Stargirl. I would have bet my life Jamie Carragher would have went on to become a coach, but obviously he went into punditry instead. I always thought Carragher was going to be a manager. Callum said, nothing cringy about appreciating your audience. Mate, it's more than an audience to me. You know, to say that to me would be simplistic, because what made this channel really hit home to me was during COVID, when we really small numbers because there was no football, but we were in every night talking with each other, getting each other through that difficult period. And these same people have seen me at my lowest, at my best, never judged me, never mocked me. And that has given me so much confidence. I just really appreciate it, to be honest. So, double change here coming up. Look at Canade celebrating with Macca. Double change here coming up for the Reds. Macca coming off, Lucho coming off, Curtis Jones and Darwin Núñez coming on. Bissy said, big love from Nigeria. Love right back to you, my friend. It blows my mind, by the way, thinking that us and Nigeria are on the same time. I remember when I found that out a few years ago, I was like, what? Same time us and Nigeria? What's the ref stop this one for? I know Bruno Guimaraes coming off here for Newcastle. LFC family loves you all, said CJ. Much love, my man. Brennan Smith, means a lot, mate. Thank you. Appreciate you. That love's right back at you, my friend. Sean Luke Doherty O'Brien, how are you, my friend? It's been a while. Said, hey Craig, keep up the great work. This is why I hope Arne slot gets backed by FSG properly, or else it might be a repeat of what happened in 1920. Well, honestly, a lot of the narrative is that there will be a lot of money there. I mean, let me just get my notes, because there was one particular thing today. Oh, hang on, Salah. Oh, nearly. Oh, Salah had a shot. It was saved by Pope. Unlucky Mo. Something here today that just... Where is it? Sorry, I'm scrolling through my notes because I know there was something today I read. Something to say money won't be an issue. Something along those lines. I don't have it to hand at the minute. By the way, don't be going anywhere after the game. Our match reactions coming up, where you'll be voting for your man of the match, and of course submitting your player ratings if you'd like to have them included in our player ratings video. James Mack said, I'm hoping we can really do it this year. Broke my heart in 2020 that fans we couldn't celebrate together. But hoping this is the year. Oh, I'm just so happy for the players and the coaches that they get to finally really celebrate that big league title, James. It's going to be incredible. We've even got Frodo Baggins here in the chat. Look at that. As the fans singing, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Owen said, remember when Arsenal fans were being assholes to us on Twitter, and here after the Villa and Everton game, who's laughing now? Exactly, Owen. We're laughing 13 points clear, my friend. And Matthew, 2.5 weeks, same score, and it's for silverware. I think it'll be a far more difficult game that night. I think Newcastle are resting up for that one. But, The ball's in the net, but referee's bringing it back for a foul on Newcastle's goalkeeper. Yeah, I think it'll be a different story that day. But this is dicey for Newcastle because... Let's have a look at this. Pope, yeah, it was a foul. Canade had his arm on Nick Pope's right shoulder. No qualms about that one. Correct decision. It was. Canade jumped up and had his arm on Nick Pope's right shoulder. I'm so happy. Newcastle, as I was saying, like, they have Champions League football to try and play for. And this result is not going to help them in that regard. Do you think Dom should get man of the match? I don't like to tell people my man of the match until after the vote because I don't want to influence the vote. 7 minutes. 7? 7 minutes added on at the end of the game. 7 minutes. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0. Alisson to Canade. Dominic Szoboszlai. Back to Ibu. To Alisson. How was that not given? The goal? Because it was a foul. Let's be honest about it. Canade was impeding Pope. He had his hand on his shoulder, stopping him collecting the ball. It was the right decision to disallow the goal. Alisson. He goes long to Darwin. Darwin back to Jarell Quansah. To Alisson. Where did they get 7? There's been a few injuries. Remember Callum Wilson had the cut on his eye. McAllister had a foul as well. So there has, and all the substitutions. I can understand where they got the 7 minutes from. If it was 0-0, you'd be saying it wasn't a foul. I wouldn't. Mate, I always give my honest opinion. And it was a foul. And I'd say it at 0-0 either. You know, don't put words in my mouth. I know what I think and what I say. And it was a foul. And to say anything else would just be wrong. You're just getting into what you want to happen at that point rather than what you're honestly seeing. Christine said, you got us through COVID, but you nearly killed me tonight. My drink has come down my nose 3 times, laughing. Well, as long as that isn't Pepsi Max, because, you know, I know Sinead was stopping Dave buying Pepsi Max at one point, saying, no, Diet Coke. I'll never, ever forget that, Christine. Never. Soon as Dave said that to me or yourself in the chat, I still think about it to this day. Used in the supermarket, Dave trying to buy Pepsi Max and Sinead saying no. Honestly, I'll never forget it. Oh! Cody Gakpo tries an overhead kick there. And just about drags it wide. Jason Burnett said, Craig, my debut match to this channel, loving your commentary. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you. Do keep hitting that subscribe button, though, if you are new to the channel. You're watching the league champions here, dismantle Newcastle. Pepsi is 10 times better than Coke. No, fuck you. My son drinks Pepsi Max. So in my house, this is the drinking situation. My son drinks Pepsi Max. My wife drinks Monster Energy Ultra. Or the Monster Energy Ultra, what's the rosé one? My daughter just drinks water or fruit juices, and I'm a Diet Coke and Fanta Lemon person. Come on, boys, keep pressing. Diet Coke, water, Fanta Lemon. That's my drinks. Fanta Lemon cold just hits different. Especially on Spain or on holidays. Ultra Rosé. Yeah, that's the one she drinks. I've never gotten energy drinks. Not my cup of tea at all. Oh, unlucky. Newcastle tried a through ball. Thankfully for us, went all the way through to Alisson. My son also collected all the Prime bottles as well. Cheers to Gooner Tears, Craig. Number 20 incoming, said Daniel. Much love, Daniel. Thank you, my man. Yes, lad said, loving everything about you and our community. If we could have dinner with 5 Liverpool players of all time, who would you invite? Who would I invite? 5 Liverpool players of all time. Salah, Pepe Reina, Robbo, Kenny. Who would be the last one? I have to be careful with the last one. Fowler. Probably those. But God, it's tough to whittle it down to 5. Right, corner to Liverpool. 95 minutes on the clock. Szoboszlai plays it in. It's cleared by Newcastle. Why Pepe Reina? I just idolised him when he came to the club. You know, I'd never seen a goalkeeper do that with the ball at his feet before. And his cat-like reflexes. Like, I'm a former goalkeeper, so to me, you know, I look and idolise the likes of Pepe Reina and Alisson Becker, Gigi Buffon, obviously. You know, they're people that would have influenced me growing up watching football. And Pepe Reina was incredible. Like, first goalkeeper I'd ever really see do that with the ball at his feet since maybe Grobler, but even better. Matthew said, only 1 goal and assist this game. Looks like Mo's forced FSG's hand. No extension for him, unfortunately. Jokes aside, I hope he gets the assist record. Well, he's only got 3 to go, and he's got 10 games to do it. So there's every chance. Marcus said, I hope we will take advantage of our position in the football world and in the transfer market. We are the team to play for. Yeah, we got to be an attractive team at this point. Especially with Arne coming in first season doing what he's doing. Don't know who, but thanks for the gifted membership. Well, it could have been Brian Marky Mark or somebody else. Brian gifted 50 and another gentleman gifted 5 earlier on. But appreciate your kind words. Don't forget, members do get 10% off on the Anfield Agenda merch as well. Look at the membership tab of the channel and you will see a 10% off code. Imagine getting gifted a membership and then getting banned for fake score. What a waste of someone's money you are, my man. Right, we've had the 7 minutes now. Liverpool go short with the corner and the referee blows it up. It is all over. Liverpool have beaten Newcastle by 2-0. A result that means the Reds are now 13 points clear at the top of the Premier League. That is the league title done, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go through our match reaction momentarily. You don't need to go anywhere. It's going to auto-direct you there. A couple of quick things before we finish up. Don't forget to check out the AnfieldAgendaShop.com for your Anfield Agenda mugs, Where's the Money John hoodies, and a couple of other bits and pieces. Also, our live show is currently on sale. You can get your tickets with a link in the description. And of course, we wouldn't be here today without our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. Check out the Chairman Pro Package Face Shaving Kit or the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra or anything else at manscaped.com and get yourself 20% off and free shipping with our code Anfield20 at checkout. What a night. What a night, folks. Right, we'll be back in 60 seconds for our match reaction. Don't go anywhere. Again, a lot of direct you there. Drop a like for me before you head off and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. We are going to celebrate